Gretzky can command the attention that they'll receive as we watch this game tonight at Madison Square Garden. Both teams, as we mentioned moments ago, need to win, and they need to win a lot more. For more on the game, let's go up to Sam Rosen and John Davidson, guys.
Thanks, Al. There's excitement in the building. I know we're excited. Always, when you see two of the greatest to ever play the game, it's just something special.
Yeah, I think hopefully we'll just sit back and watch this thing unfold. Hopefully both players will play very well. Both lead their teams in scoring. Both, as Al mentioned, 38 years of age, and both have a lot to offer to the game still at that age.
One thing is clear for the New York Rangers, as Al said, they need to win, but they need to play a lot better than they did Monday, John.
I think lethargic would be the best word that the Rangers showed a lot of it on Monday. They just weren't very good. They weren't very good at the start of the game, the second period, the third period, any of it. Now, yesterday they practiced, and John Muckler said they were actually pretty good. Now, before this practice, he made them watch the start of the game on tape and then the entire second period on tape, and it wasn't a whole lot to watch. And he said when you watch the tape like that, you become accountable. There you are in front of your teammates watching. You have to know what you did wrong, because there it is, and it's sometimes embarrassing. Then he worked at him in practice. He said the spirit was good in practice. He hopes they can pick it up and play well here tonight.
As we said, what's really special about this game is Gretzky, Messier on the same ice. And as the teams are heading out, Vancouver Canucks heading for the ice. Mark Messier, their captain, as they embark on the second game of a 5-game road trip. Very tough trip for the Vancouver Canucks. It began last night in Montreal. They will stay in the metropolitan area, but it's been up and down times, and both players suffered injuries during the course of this season.
Wayne Gretzky getting his feet kicked out. He did suffer a pull in the rib cage. He did play the last game, and he will play tonight. Here's Mark Messier just prior to Christmas against Calgary going to the net, and he suffered a pretty severe concussion on that play. Did miss a little bit of time, but he's back playing. Both are certainly going to play in this one. Gretzky had it was frozen up with a needle for the last game. I don't think he'll need that tonight. And of course, when Mark plays here, the fans remember. They remember what he did for this franchise. He's very emotional when he comes back. Last season, he was able to score a goal. The fans treated him very well, and the Canucks actually walked out of this building with a win. The last season when the Rangers played in Vancouver, Gretzky was great, and the Rangers won that one. So, what do we get? Another head-to-head. There you go.
46 regular season games. Wayne Gretzky has put up 24 goals, 49 assists. Mark Messier, 17 goals, 40 assists. The other big factor about the Vancouver Canucks, as everyone well knows, Mike Keenan was fired, and the Stanley Cup champion Mark Crawford, who won with Colorado, is the new head coach.
Well, he's young and he's vibrant, and certainly his record only shows 1 win and 3 losses so far, but the players are on his side. He's very good. They had a great meeting today, video meeting. He's making the players accountable in a very good way. They feel they're improving, even though they're not scoring much.
All right, there's another time for a special ceremony for Wayne Gretzky. It's only been a couple of days since he had a ceremony down at Tampa at the All-Star game. There's a special ceremony honoring him tonight before tonight's game. For that, let's go to public address announcer Bob Gallerstein.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you direct your attention to center ice for a special presentation. On Sunday, January 24th, at the 49th NHL All-Star Game in Tampa, Wayne Gretzky registered 1 goal and 2 assists for the North American squad to earn the game's MVP award. As a result of his performance, Wayne received a 1999 Dodge Durango, now being driven out of the Zamboni gate. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome number 99, Wayne Gretzky. Here tonight to present Wayne with the Bud Light NHL All-Star Game MVP Award is Joe Sinclair, Key Account Manager for Anheuser-Busch. And on behalf of the Rangers organization, and in recognition of Wayne's accomplishment, Rangers captain Brian Leach and assistant captains Jeff Bookaboom and Adam Graves are presenting Wayne with a commemorative glass etching with his number 99 displayed in a Rangers shield. The inscription reading, "Congratulations, Wayne, on your 3rd NHL All-Star MVP award." Thank you, Joe, Brian, Jeff, and Adam, and congratulations, Wayne, on your accomplishment.
Okay. Okay, as you saw, Mark Messier with a little tap of the stick on the ice in applause and recognition of his former teammate.
Before the game, Mark was asked about Wayne Gretzky, what makes him the best player in the world. What Mark said, Wayne always seems to do something special in big games, and he says he always sells out the other team's buildings. That's why he's great.
We'll be set to go with the Rangers and the Vancouver Canucks at Madison Square Garden in just a moment.
New York Rangers hockey is brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NHL. By Hertz. For business, for pleasure, nobody does it exactly like Hertz. By American Express. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, American Express helps you do more. And by The Wiz, your ticket to entertainment.
And for the New York
Back at Madison Square Garden for the Rangers and the Vancouver Canucks. And there is the captain of the Canucks in his second year in Vancouver after 6 years in New York and 12 years in Edmonton. This is his 20th NHL season, Mark Messier, and he will be opposed on the opening face-off by a man who's also 20 years in the NHL and also played for Edmonton, Wayne Gretzky. What a matchup. Richard Trottier is the referee. Adam Graves is taking the face-off. Closed captioning is provided by the New York Marriott Marquis. Broadway's biggest hit, and that's because Wayne has the sore ribs. But there's the opening matchup, and here's Messier moving in on Matthew Schneider. Backhander. Richter makes the save. Is deflected on the way in. A little tricky knuckleball.
Sam, what's interesting here, I think, as Wayne Gretzky looks like he wanted a quicker whistle, but I find it interesting. Mark Messier's line starts. It wasn't Peter Nedved that won against Mark Messier on behalf of the Rangers. It was the Gretzky line. Very interesting, because generally the Rangers will put Nedved against the other team's best centerman, right?
Yes.
Now, remember, Peter Nedved and Mark Messier, they're not exactly on each other's Christmas card list for what happened in years past here.
Oh, Messier with a good hit on Schneider. A quick hit. And it's lifted clear by John McClain. What do you think about that, John? You think Adam Graves will match up with Messier a lot?
It looks that way. And I also think Popovich and Schneider against Messier's line. That means Brian Leetch and Ulf Samuelsson will go against a different line. I would think the line going to be centered by Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi's been moved to the #2 center position for Vancouver. Bertuzzi's a former Islander. Here's Messier moving in on Matthew Schneider. They'll play an aggressive game when the puck's deep in the Rangers zone. There's a good hit to start the game for Mark Messier. Rangers now have another face-off in their own zone. See, now Bertuzzi, Dave Gagne had been the second center after the big trade with Florida, but Gagne hasn't played up to expectations. No. So they moved him to the third line, and Bertuzzi, a winger, has moved to center ice to play with Mogilny, who's on the ice now.
The other
so you're
winger,
seeing Leetch opposite Mogilny.
The other winger is Trent Klatt, former Flyer. Richter makes a save on Mogilny, who came quickly, cutting to the front of the net.
You know, Mogilny has not played real well. 5 goals in 29 games. He's a world-class player, and this is Mogilny over on this side. Loose puck. The corner where Leetch is, and look how quick Mogilny is. Through the legs, off a skate to the front, and Mike Richter there makes a fine save. Mogilny has always played well here at Madison Square Garden. Remember the days with the Buffalo Sabres?
Yes.
With that great wrist shot? Well, there he moved right in and had a great chance.
Bertuzzi with a face-off win, but it's out of the zone. Well, Mogilny may have a lot of Russian fans from the New York area, which has a strong Russian population, so that may turn him on a little bit. Bertuzzi with a hit on Knuble. Rangers have Nedved, Knuble, and Sundstrom with Leetch and Samuelsson. Here's Bertuzzi, number 44. Missed a good portion of this season with an injury and just rounding back into good shape. Trent Klatt, the former Philadelphia Flyer. It's knocked down by Sundstrom. Matthias Olin, number 2, and Brian McCabe, former Islander, number 4, on defense. Vancouver has some good young defensemen. Leetch plays it toward the net. It's tipped into the corner by Matthias Olin, who played the All-Star game. He lifts it over the glass into the crowd, stopping play.
What do you think about good young defensemen? We have a lot of franchises in the league that have good young defensemen.
Yes.
The key is, do they develop? And I think Vancouver has a real good core now with Oland, of course, with Jovanovski, with McCabe, with Aucoin, who has 12 goals already on the season. Aucoin has 9 of those on the power play. And they're all 25 or younger.
Aucoin is the oldest at 25. Jovanovski's 22.
The key is to develop your young defensemen.
Yeah.
The Islanders, he was a former Islander. Brian McKay, he was a captain of the Islanders. The young defensemen of the Islanders haven't developed. Remember how many years we talked about the Islanders and their young D? Did they develop?
No, not at all.
Well, you should bring in a real good teaching defenseman as a coach and then see if they can develop.
Chris Tamer shoots, and a save made. Tamer, a new daddy. His wife gave birth yesterday to a baby girl. Congratulations to the Tamers. Puck around the boards. Kevin Stevens able to clear the zone. First child for the Tamers, by the way. Emma Nicole.
Emma Nicole, 9 pounds. Wife Keeley. Congratulations. Was Chris excited?
Yes, he was. Handing out some very nice cigars, I might add. Long shot blocked in front.
Yes.
Very nice. That shot just went wide as the Canucks put some pressure on. Murray Barron stepping up from the defense. Barron, number 23. Jason Strudwick, number 34 on defense. Another young defenseman. Offside is whistled on the play. We all win when you know when to say when. Thanks for drinking responsibly. A message from your friends at Budweiser.
Now the Messier line just moved on the ice. I was looking over at the Ranger bench. Adam Graves got up, looked behind him at Coach John Muckler. The Rangers have the home ice advantage. They match up whomever they want. They're going right back with Graves and Messier and John McLean to go against Messier's line, and the same defense pairing.
Graves and Gretzky.
Gretzky, what'd I say?
Graves and Messier.
Oh, I was looking at Mark. I apologize. Thanks.
Well, we said Graves and Messier for a lot of years, you know.
That was a slip, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. Loose puck behind the net. Messier trying to move it. Pressuring him is Adam Graves. And the Canucks able to get out. Matthias Olin sends it.
Caught me there.
You're still laughing about that.
I think I'm blushing, too.
Marcus Naslund, who played in the All-Star game, is the leading goal scorer for the Canucks. Save made by Richter. Naslund has 24 goals on the season. Messier recovers the puck. Here's Naslund, one-time Pittsburgh Penguin, former first-round draft pick of the Penguins. Messier looking. Pass blocked. Messier keeps it alive. Centers. Naslund working against Popovich. Good work by the Canucks. Making the Rangers chase. Long shot tipped into the corner. Olin came up to take the shot. Schneider. Naslund all over him. Schneider able to move it to Graves. And Graves able to skate it clear. Drives it from the red line. On goal, stick aside by Garth Snow. Corey Hirsch played last night in the Canucks 2-1 loss in Montreal. On goal, Richter gloves it, holds it, and gets a whistle, stopping play. 3 minutes, 18 seconds gone by in the first. Rangers and Canucks scoreless.
Rangers fans,
Wayne Gretzky adjusting his shoulder pads. Is he wearing any protection, John?
No, he was actually given a needle to freeze up the ribcage area at 7:30 prior to the game with Washington on Monday night. And he said when the game was over, it was fine. Now, this is on tape. He was readjusting his shoulder pads and his suspenders underneath his jersey. And so he's lifting it up. There's no flak jacket there at all. And what he's doing here is he's trying to get his suspenders to stay together. And he was trying to get those things pulled together. We have penalty upcoming out of Vancouver.
Sundstrom is tied up, and the Canucks, who take the most penalties in the league, are called for holding. Most times shorthanded in the NHL, Vancouver Canucks. And Todd Bertuzzi goes to the penalty box.
This is 286 times Vancouver's been shorthanded. You look at the Rangers, they've been shorthanded 200 times. It looked like Mark Crawford was trying to work the referee over a little bit on the play. So Bertuzzi goes for 2 as the Rangers work the puck up ice. Came back to Gretzky. He's not wearing a flat jacket or anything like he did the other night. You see the Bertuzzi play as he was holding up his man. It's Bertuzzi after the foul.
Rangers power play has struggled of late. Over the last 9 games, they've scored only 3 power play goals, 3 for their last 36, and they've dropped to 3rd in the league. Here's Gretzky against Messier on the faceoff. Good play by Sundstrom, back to Leach. To Leach for the shot, blocked by Messier. It trickles in front. Knuble looking for it. It's blocked by Olin. Leach shoots, and it's wide. Around the glass and out of the zone. Nedved recovers. Leach, Nedved, Messier, Knuble, and Sundstrom for the power play.
12 shorthanded goals for Vancouver. Lead the entire league. 4 players with 2 apiece, so watch out.
Messier is on with Dave Scatcherd, number 20. Now Trent Klatt has come on, number 26. Murray Barron's number 23, and Matthias Olin, number 2. Canucks penalty killing has been outstanding over the last 9 games. They've given up only 4 power play goals, 44 for their last 48 in penalty kill. Gretzky carries across. Knuble to the net. The pass through went off the skate of Knuble. Good play. Messier is back on with Alexander McGillney, and the Canucks able to clear all the way down.
Messier is getting a little bit of ice time here, isn't he? It's already a second shift penalty killing on this power play for the Rangers, and he's had 2 or 3 shifts already at even strength.
McLean cleared it out on a blind pass. Savard, McLean, and Graves have come on with Leach and Matthew Schneider. Pressure from McGillney. 40 seconds to go on the power play as Schneider carries. McGillney is there. It's fired in. Garth Snow missed it. Around the boards. Graves stops it. Plays it toward the net behind it. McLean goes to the near side. Up the boards. Comes to Leach. Looks. Wrists it toward the net. Blocked in front. McLean shot saved by Snow. And the rebound is cleared.
That first shot, a good one by Brian Leach with just a wrist shot. It created problems, and McLean got the rebound. I think Snow made the save.
All the way around the boards. McLean is there with 8 seconds to go on the power play. Savard. Graves takes it behind the net. Checked by Olin, number 2. Graves turns. Bertuzzi's out of the box. Here's Schneider. Hooked from behind by Bertuzzi. Able to play it down the boards. Teams are back at full strength. Savard moving. Gives it to McLean. Fires across. Comes through to Popovich for the shot. Save made by Snow, and he's got it.
Remember, Garth Snow last season had those gigantic shoulder pads. A year ago, you could wear any sized equipment you wanted except for the goal pads themselves. So here's the wrist shot. This got through, then there was a giant rebound, and Garth Snow is big. When he gets down to his knees, he covers a lot of the net. And there he made a fine save on the rebound of John McLean. Now this is the play where the puck goes back to the point. Snow didn't know where it was. Very slow reacting, but once he saw the shot of Popovich, he made the glove hand save. He didn't know it went through to the point man. Now watch Snow. See, he doesn't know where it is. Look at the goaltender. Now he does. And a pretty good save with a catching glove. He's had a great year. Garth Snow has been really, really good for the Canucks.
Malhotra is on with Stevens and Fedek, Bukaboom and Tamer against Dave Gagne, one-time Rangers first rounder. Came over in the Bore deal from Florida. Strudwick, number 34 on defense with Barron, number 23. And away with the puck, the fine rookie Bill Muckhold, number 17, who's on with Dave Gagne. Muckhold leading all rookies. They're offside. Leads all rookies in goals and points.
Yeah, 2 good rookies here going head-to-head. Muckhold and Manny Malhotra for the Rangers.
New York Knicks tomorrow night. It's the opening game of the NBA season. The Knicks at the Orlando Magic. MCS Cannon Knicks game night at 7:30. Hope you'll tune in for that. Mike Breen and Walt Frazier call the action here on MSG Network.
Patrick Ewing available for that game? I don't know.
Coach hasn't told me. I think he's still a question mark.
The coach hasn't called.
No. I think he's still questionable for that one, John.
All right, just checking.
Kevin Stevens into the corner. Brent Fedek. Snow pokes at it. Fedek trying to play it. Knocked away. Gagne works it up the boards. Gagne with Muckalt and Brashear. Long shot by Tamer. Saved by Snow. A long rebound. And out come the Canucks. Gagne carries across for Brashear. And good play by Bukaboom. Bukaboom goes down in the aftermath. Brashear is big and strong.
Oh, baby, he's cut like a linebacker, that man. Notice the Rangers didn't play Langdon on the ice against Brashear, who was the heavyweight for the Canucks.
Rangers able to clear the zone. 6:45 gone by first period. No score in the game. Marcus Naslund stopped by Leach. Samuelson takes over, moves it past Messier. Knuble works it ahead for Nedved, who clears the zone.
It's the first time Messier and Nedved have gone against each other in the game.
Adrian Aucoin, 12 goals on the season. Fired in by Marcus Naslund. Messier goes for it. Nedved checks him. Knuble trying to work his way up the boards. Does. Nice pass to Leach. 3-man rush. Nedved in the middle. Sundstrom turns toward the net. Saved by Snow on the deflection by Nedved. Beautiful play and a great save. Sundstrom works it behind the net. That was an excellent rush by the Rangers up the ice.
4-man rush, Sam. I think Snow got that with his gloved hand.
Ed Jovanovski moves it up the boards, kept in by Samuelson. Nedved went down. Knuble plays the puck to Nedved, working around the net against Jovanovski. Fires in front of his blocked away by Messier, who covered up nicely.
Vancouver Canucks centermen dropped down deep to help their team out, much more so than they did under Mike Keenan. That's a change in their strategy defensively.
And Mark Crawford said Mark Messier is playing as well as anybody both ways. Down the boards, stopped by Snow, fires it around.
It was nice to see the Rangers get a scoring chance in the rush.
Yeah.
Brian Leetch was part of it. It was a good play all the way up ice.
Former Ranger Harry York is on, number 27. McLean was tied up. York with a hit on Schneider. Olin. Adam Graves on the forecheck. Schneider goes back to play the puck to Popovich. No score in the game. 11:32 to go in the first. Graves is tied up by Matthias Olin. McGillney tries to move it. Schneider fell down. Bertuzzi sends it the other way. Good play by McLean on the intercept. Gretzky's got the puck. Across the grave. He scores! Wayne Gretzky puts another point up as he sets up Adam Graves for his 22nd goal of the season.
Now, the release of the shot was remarkable. Here the Rangers are in the neutral zone. See the puck turned over? Now watch the pressure, and it's Gretzky who stole the puck. Make that McLean who stole the puck. And then a pass across. Look at the wrist shot. I'll tell you, that wrist shot by Adam Graves is lethal. He's got great strong hands, strong forearms, and strong wrists. And he just sort of stops the puck and then just whipped it right past the defender. Bertuzzi on the turnover. McLean forced the turnover, gave the puck to Gretzky to Graves, and he's got one of the better wrist shots in all of hockey. He doesn't depend on the big slap shot. That was a quick, just a lethal wrist shot that surprised Gar Snow.
John, we've talked about the transition game of other teams against the Rangers. That's as good a transition as the Rangers have done all season.
And earlier we saw them get a scoring chance on the rush. That we don't see that very often from the Rangers. And they're going here much better than what they showed Monday night here against Washington.
Savard out with the puck leads Kevin Stevens. He goes against Murray Barron. Backhander stopped by Snow. Puck behind the net. Savard with the hit on Strudwick.
That's a 9th Rangers shot. Vancouver's had 4 and only one good one, the one by Mogilny off the faceoff.
Crowd alive, and the Rangers lead. Graves 22nd from Gretzky and McLean at 8:43. Here's Fedek, and Wayne Gretzky 4th in the league in assists with 41 now. Savard on the spinorama, stopped by Snow. Stevens in the corner. Adrian Aucoin checks him, and here's Ed Jovanovski. Up the middle, nice pass. Bill McCall sends it in. One-handed up the boards by Richter. Tipped ahead by Samuelson and cleared out.
You know, Graves only had 23 goals last season. 22 already. And Gretzky put that pass in a perfect spot. Adam Graves could shoot it immediately. Perfect spot.
Leach was hit by Scatchard, and then Langdon went at Scatchard. Watch out for that. Here's Malhotra, Langdon, and Derek Armstrong is in the lineup, number 18. Playing a wing on this line. If Wayne Gretzky has problems with his ribs, Armstrong can move over to center ice. Here's Adrian Aucoin sending it in. Teams that have talked to Vancouver in trade deals have wanted Aucoin. Brian Burke is not giving him up.
He's got 12 goals. He's got a great shot. 9 goals in the power plays. 25 years of age. Not a bad thought to try and get him.
Schneider with a good takeaway, skating it clear and sending it in. Aucoin back for the puck. 9:25 to go in the first, and the Rangers lead 1-0. Messier. Good pass. Brad May spun around by Matthew Schneider.
Good support here by the Rangers. Messier was forced to make the good pass. As soon as he made the pass, Brad May was checked immediately by 2 people. So far, the Rangers are showing good support and good life in this game.
Knuble on the forecheck. Brad May comes the other way. The one-time Buffalo Sabre is stopped by Nedved. Knuble and May go after the puck. Brad May's dad and a couple of his uncles are down from Ontario to watch this game. Brad's dad was my golfing partner at the Ice Hockey in Harlem Golf Tournament last August. Nice guy.
Did he? How was his back after the game? Carried you for how many holes? 19 holes? Hey, you come into New York, you can see the Devil games, the Ranger games, the Islander games. You can hit the trifecta in this area if you plan it properly.
Messier's pass deflected. Rangers try to quickly head the other way. Graves clears it out. McLean to Gretzky. Back for McLean. Tees it up. Waits. Looks. And is blocked in front by Olin. Graves digging for it against Marcus Naslund. Graves pass tipped away. Trying to get it to McLean. Here's Bukaboom playing it to Gretzky. Gretzky putting it out in front. Naslund blocked it. Gretzky has it again. McLean shoots. It was blocked. Gretzky taken away by Naslund, who fires it down the ice for an icing.
Well, Gretzky's line already +1 against this Bertuzzi line. And the Rangers keep that same matchup for this shift, forcing Vancouver to ice the puck. Key to the Rangers' goal in the first period was McLean forcing the turnover, giving it to Gretzky. Look where Gretzky passes the puck. For Adam Graves to shoot it right away. I mean, that puck's ahead of him or too far behind him. There's no shot. It was perfect for Graves to shoot the puck with velocity and accuracy. And only Gretzky, who's a world-class passer, best passer in the offensive zone in the history of the game, only Gretzky can put the puck constantly in perfect positions for these shooters.
Dave Gagne was chased. Gretzky against Trent Platt. Gretzky got the puck. He must be feeling pretty good, John. He's taking a few faceoffs in the offensive zone.
And he skated this morning. Matthew Schneider did not. The flu bug hitting him, but he's been able to play. Yeah, Gretzky skated this morning and said if the team would let him play, he'll play. And there he goes.
Graves able to clear the zone. Stopped by a coin for McGillney. Samuelson looks around. Plays it off the boards for McLean, who lost the stick. Kicked it ahead. Jovanovski shoots, save made by Richter. And then it's cleared out all the way down. Rangers taking icing as they were in some momentary trouble.
I wonder if Jovanovski will throw that one big hit in this game. He's noted as a player that at least once a game throws a crushing body check, usually just inside the blue line on his side of the ice, which would be in this period right in front of his own bench. Earlier, Bukaboom, watch him move in on Brashear, the heavyweight for Vancouver. You know how strong Jeff Bukaboom is. How about Brashear? Brashear is really strong. He's cut. He's physically strong, and he's developing into a much better player than just a scrapper. Getting some valuable ice time.
Scatchard, number 20, on with Muckalt, number 17. Scatchard against Savard. Scatchard, Muckalt, and Brashear, and Richter covers up at the net. Brashear went down. Play stops with 6:58 to go in the first. Rangers leading 1-0. Sean Muckler looks on. Just moments ago, Wayne Gretzky left the bench.
He's having trouble keeping those suspenders up underneath his shoulder pads. There's a little clip they use to keep them together. And Mike Folg is the equipment man for the Rangers. As Gretzky went down behind, he started to reach up underneath. And I don't think it's his ribs. I think he's trying to fix his equipment.
Stevens and Fedek move in. Tamer pushes it ahead. Kevin Stevens centers off the stick of Fedek. And it's turned the other way by the Canucks. Muckalt with the puck. Through to Brashear. Around Bukaboom. Lost control as Bukaboom tugged him a little bit. And the puck comes out of the zone.
Gretzky's already returned to the Rangers bench.
Give away to Fedek. Breaks across the line and shoots. Blocked by Murray Barron. And Muckalt able to send it out to Scatchard. Now Brashear across against Popovich. They were teammates in Montreal. Olin moving deep against Fedek. Olin turns, penalty upcoming.
Penalty. I think Scatchard may get it here, Sam. An interference call. He wrapped himself up with Mike Richter. Richter ended up knocked down without his goal stick, and he just kind of said, what happened there? And Scatchard, well, he's going to go for two. Vancouver just started to pick their game up the last minute or so. Now they hurt themselves taking an offensive zone penalty. When Bertuzzi took the penalty earlier in the period, the Rangers were being outshot 4-2. The Rangers then went 7 out of 8 getting shots. Now here he catches right in the goal crease. You just can't do that. Richter tried to turn. He got his legs all wrapped up. Look at Mike throwing the arms up. What happened here? So Scatchard gets a couple, and the Rangers have a chance again to get their flow going offensively.
John, have you heard anything on the GM's meetings, which just ended?
Speaking of goaltenders, one thing is the radius, the round portion of the catching glove is going to drop by a couple of inches. Dave Dryden, the former NHL goaltender, and the brother of Ken Dryden, is involved with goaltending rules. And that's one improvement. They're going to make the catching glove a little smaller than what it is right now. And so be it. It gives the manufacturers a chance to get it done properly for the next season.
Second power play for the Rangers. They're 0 for 1. Leach carried it in. Olin backhands it up into the crowd. Scatchard for interference with a goalie at 13:46. Puts the Rangers on the power play. There's Dave Scatchard. 5:59 to go in the first. Rangers with a 1-0 lead and a chance to open it up more here on the power play. Graves, Gretzky, McLean, Leach, and Nedved for the power play, and Adam Graves will take this face-off against Mark Messier. Murray Barron has it. Messier and Naslund with Barron and Olin. Messier going for the puck, tapped away by Leach to Nedved. Here's Leach heading up ice. Carries across. Controls the puck, drops it off for Nedved for the shot. Deflected on the way in. Save made.
Yeah, good setup and a great shot. Great save. Garsnow used the catching glove. The Rangers again getting some offense on the rush, even though it's on the power play. Still, you back the other team up when you're skating well. And look who leads it. Brian Leach. See how he backs everybody up. Look at the open ice that Nedved had. Actually, I'll take it back about the great shot, because when you shoot the puck right waist high, it's easy for a goaltender to make the save. You know, he's got a pretty good look at it, and it's just right into his waist. If it's a little higher, you've got a chance at the top corner, and the glove's got a long ways to go. Or if it's on the ice, you have a better chance of a rebound.
Now Bertuzzi and Platt are on for Vancouver with Jovanovski and a coin. Jovanovski, number 55, moving up ice. Nice move around Graves. 3-on-2 across. Trent Platt winds up. Saved by Richter. Leach moves the puck up the boards to Gretzky. Rangers head the other way. 4-on-2 through the neutral zone. Graves. McLean winds up. Hit by Bertuzzi. Save made on the shot. Gretzky finds Leach. Wrist shot knocked down in front. Graves slides it wide. Gretzky to Graves. He scores! Adam Graves. It's a power play goal. 2-0. Rangers lead.
Wayne Gretzky like a challenge. He's going after the puck like it's the Last Supper. I'm telling you. And when he gets there again, Graves will try a little turnaround shot here and miss the net. When Gretzky sees this, watch Gretzky just go right on through. He wants the puck. There he goes. And does he take a good look? And look where he puts the puck again. Perfect. I mean, perfect. Yeah, Gretzky's flying. He's skating. He's going all over the place. And Graves not getting knocked down, even though he's got a coin on him. Graves again backs out. Perfect position. Look at the shot. Sam,
There's some magic out there.
Wrist shot, and Gretzky is just going after it. He wants it. Look at him flying through here. He's looked. He's already made his mind up. Perfect. It's the Leach shot that never did get through. And Wayne Gretzky's feet are moving. They're moving, and his head is thinking, and everything is happening.
Adam Graves, second of the game, 23rd of the season from Gretzky and Leach at 14:50. And Adam Graves now has the lead in the NHL in power play goals with 12. He broke a 7-player tie. He leads the league with 12 power play goals. Rangers lead 2-0 here. So the power play works. It had struggled. 3 for the last 37 before that one.
And Scatchard taking the penalty in the goal crease of Mike Richter. Those are the ones that drive you nuts if you're a coach.
Some icing on Vancouver. 4.5 minutes to go in the first. And the Rangers off to a great start with a 2-0 lead. Adam Graves with 2 goals now, tied for 8th in the league in goals scored with 23.
Yeah, he's really gets himself into the right position. He skates better than he did a year ago because of his hard work during the offseason, so he can get himself into position for Wayne Gretzky to move the puck to him so he can finish the play.
Schneider shot saved by Snow. Good face-off win by Nedved.
This is a Nedved-Messier matchup again. It started about 6 minutes into the first period.
Marcus Naslund moves in on Popovich, drops it off for Matthias Olin, blocked by Popovich. Ooh, that was dangerous. Popovich went down right in front of that shot. Looked like it might have hit him in the upper body. There's Popovich lifting it. Sundstrom able to play it across, and the Rangers clear the zone. Knuble to Nedved. Nedved to Knuble. Stopped by Olin. Down the boards. Brad May is back. Up the middle off the stick of Mark Messier. However, a very tough stretch for the Vancouver Canucks in which they play 7 of 8 on the road. The first one was last night. After this one, they'll play the Islanders on Sunday, New Jersey next Tuesday. Messier's shot is stopped by Richter.
Richter, I think, knew where Mark was going to shoot the puck.
Yeah.
He did it for a lot of years in practice.
They finish off the trip in Pittsburgh, John, go home for 1 game and go back on the road.
9 of 11 in February for Vancouver on the road. So when you play in Vancouver, you have long stretches at home, long stretches on the road. You get used to it.
Bertuzzi down low to Trent Platt. He's checked by Leach, and it's poked away nicely by Richter. With all kinds of traffic, Bertuzzi, the big guy, all over Richter, and Richter gives him a little shove as he skates through.
Canucks really going to the net now on Richter, and they've already been caught once for a penalty, and the Rangers made them pay. And again, that was Bertuzzi this time, on Richter, trying to get him off his game.
Here's Graves. Gretzky plays it in front of McLean. Save! Great play by Snow. The rebound, another skate save by Snow. He made 2 skate saves. He dragged the skate on the first one on McLean.
How about the pass?
McGillney. Checked by Leach. Oh, the fans are loving it. Rangers with an outstanding first period.
Penalty upcoming, Sam.
It's on the Rangers. Richter stops play. First power play of the game for the Canucks.
Well, Gar Snow keeps it from being 3-0 Rangers. He robbed McLean after Gretzky laid the puck in there beautifully. And then at the other end of the ice, I think Ulf Samuelsson's going to get a couple of minutes worth of penalties here. A hooking call, or holding call, pardon me. Mark Messier loves to go low to the stick side from the off wing. Pump the leg, take the shot. And Mike Richter was there waiting for it, made a nice save. At the other end of the ice, man, did Gretzky make a nice play. Here's Bertuzzi driving in. He didn't hold back. He went right into Mike Richter. Richter got mad at him and gave Bertuzzi a bit of a shot. That wouldn't have knocked a butterfly out of the air. Here's Gretzky. What a pass across. One save. Oh, nice save on a deflection. And then the second shot, a kick save with Gar Snow. It would have been 3-0 Rangers. Here's Brian Leach playing McGillney, who holds up on that wrist shot that we've been used to seeing him use. That's a good check. And you see Samuelsson used his hand and grabbed a hold of the forward stick over to the left side here. There, Strudwick, see he's got a hold of his stick? With the left hand is Ulf Samuelsson. So Samuelsson goes to the box.
And that next to last replay was from the MCS Cannon goal cam. MCS Cannon keeping people in business. Set up for McGillney. The shot was blocked. Excuse me, that's Marcus Naslund, not McGillney. Good play by Sundstrom to clear to Fedek. Fedek caught up by a coin, and the Canucks head the other way. Messier, Muckall, Naslund breaking in, saved by Richter. Up the boards, a coin waits for it. A coin and Olin play the points, and it's given away to Popovich for a clear. Sundstrom, Fedek, Popovich, and Schneider all go off. Leach comes on with Bukaboom, McLean, and Graves. Messier sends it in. The Canucks have scored power play goals in 3 of their last 4 games. Olin, all over him, McLean. McLean goes down, Graves goes to the puck. Adam Graves is having quite a game already. He is fired up. He's all over Messier here.
The whole team is.
Look at Graves, take the puck away. This is an Adam Graves show. And he's getting the ovation. This is Adam Graves at his best.
How often do you see a penalty killer pull people out of their seats? Adam Graves just did it.
Here's McGillney on the move with 38 seconds to go on the power play. Jovanovski looks, fires, and it's blocked. It hit Bukaboom. Taken away by Sundstrom. Stopped by Jovanovski. A minute to go in the period. Shot was blocked. McCabe took the last shot. Sundstrom's got the puck. Dumps it down. 20 seconds to go in the power play for Vancouver. 45 seconds to go in the period. And a 2-0 Rangers lead. Jovanovski hounded by McLean. Down the boards, Dave Gagne. Shoot, save, kicked away by Richter. Rebound for Shear. He's tied up by McLean. And the power play is over. Out of the box, Ulf Samuelsson. Teams are at full strength. And they'll bring it back. Well, passes across 2 lines.
You called it. It's a clinic, and he's still exhausted. Adam Graves. He battles through Olin here, who's a very strong defenseman. Look at Graves, one hand on his stick, legs and feet going. He now works on Mark Messier and flicks his stick in the air and pulls the puck away. And in comes a third player, it's Muckall. So he's worked 3 of them over right there, and he still's working. His feet are going, my goodness. Adam Graves looks like a new player compared to a year ago. The legs, the conditioning. He says he keeps working on it, even this time of year, knowing that it's a time of year sometimes you may not want to work out as hard. He says he's working out just as hard, keep himself at the very top of his game. And as he goes to the bench, with the fans out of their seats applauding the effort of Adam Graves.
Marvelous shift. Power play is over. Canucks 0 for 1 on the power play. Rangers are 1 for 2 and maintain the 2-goal lead with 15 seconds to go in the period. Popovich. Brashear lost it to Schneider, rather to Savard, who wings it around the board. Stevens goes cross-ice to Fedek. Fedek in against McCabe. And McCabe able to clear the zone. Period's over. Great period for the Rangers. One of their best first periods this season.
In the last 4 games, the Rangers scored a goal a game at home. They've got 2 already in this one, and their effort was there. Their second effort was there. They played a very smart game in all 3 zones. They forced turnovers. Their power play worked. Adam Graves and Wayne Gretzky were leaders. And I just think that they were accountable after the disaster that they showed the fans here in the Garden on Monday night. They showed up with some pride and played very, very well.
We'll see what the Rangers coaches think of things. Craig McTavish is with Sal Messina downstairs. Sal.
Okay, Sam. Mac, how do you keep that going?
Well, we just we got to put it in Gravy's hands more. He just had a unbelievable period for us. Not only the 2 goals, but also the job he did on the penalty kill. So, I mean, he gave us a lot of motivation, a lot of enthusiasm in that period, and I think it was infectious with the rest of the team. Once he got going, everyone else got going.
All right, second period, do you go about things the same way?
Well, I think so. I think we're putting a lot of pressure on their defense. We're cycling the puck well down low, and we're really testing their defensive zone coverage. We want to continue to do that.
I hear MSG has evidence about who put the snow in your gloves, and they're going to show it later.
Well, that's the mystery caper going on so far. It's taken a sideline to the game itself, but we're just going to win the game, and then we'll get the perpetrator later.
Okay, thanks, Coach. Sam, back to you.
Thanks, Sal. We know who it is. Brian Leach is standing by with Al Troutwig right after this.
An outstanding period played by the New York Rangers, and it pays off with a 2-0 lead over the Vancouver Canucks. We're joined in our studios by the captain of the Rangers, Brian Leach. And to what do we owe this period that is in such contrast to the last game here?
Well, certainly to get some pressure on the power plays helped out, got the momentum going. Mike made, again, some big stops early.
But the team seems so active, Brian.
Yeah, but everything feeds off each other. You know, the big saves early in their zone, a couple shots, and also the next line goes out and does the same thing. So to get that one after another, you know, we keep talking about a fine line, and tonight we're all doing it.
Unbelievable period by Adam Graves. Not only a couple of goals, but on the penalty kill. Can you describe, and we're going to look at it, how much energy and commitment goes into this sequence? I mean, it was like 35, 40 seconds where he all by himself kept the puck in the zone.
I don't think there's anyone else in the team that could have held the puck this long, strictly because of Adam's strength. He's able to stay in there and battle this long, and obviously he's in good condition to keep doing that. But he's the only one on our team that even has a chance to pull this off. And I was sitting on the blue line just enjoying watching this.
And he's keeping it away from number 11, you know. It's not like he's keeping it away from some rookie.
No, exactly. He did a great job.
Now, what does Messier's presence do to the level of this game, if anything?
Well, I think most of the guys here, you know, weren't around when Mark was captain, and obviously in '94, the great year we had then. You know, it's just nice for those that were here to be able to see him afterwards and say hi. We don't get to see him that much in Vancouver. But we need this game. You know, that really doesn't have too much of a factor for anybody here.
Well, you're playing like you wanted, so thanks a lot for your time.
Thanks, Al.
All right, that's Brian Leach. Rangers up 2-0. We'll get highlights, updates, and then get you through and ready for period number 2.
Bill Daughtry at the sports desk. Islanders roaring back in Boston. They were down 2-0 after one period of play. The Islanders have now grabbed a 4-3 lead at the Fleet Center. Take a look at how the Islanders moved in front in this one. The Islanders are going to get a little scramble on in front of the Boston net. The save, the rebound, the battle, and the backhand by Ziggy Palffy over the fallen Byron Defoe. And it is a 4-3 lead now for the Islanders in the second period. New Jersey Devils, best road team in the NHL. They're in St. Louis tonight. The game scoreless in the first. More after this. Coming up tonight at 10:30, Marv Albert at the National Finance Sports Desk. You'll learn more about all three of the hockey teams, how they made out tonight. Opening day for the Knicks tomorrow in Florida. Monmouth College trying to get it right on the basketball court, and NBA legend Bill Walton gives his preseason prognostication with Marv right here in the studio. Adam Graves 2, the Vancouver Canucks nothing after one. More Rangers hockey coming your way after these messages.
You by Hertz, for business, for pleasure. Nobody does it exactly like Hertz. It was the Adam Graves show in the first period. He scored from Gretzky and McLean at 8:43. He scored a power play goal at 14:50 from Gretzky and Leach. Rangers had 16 shots on goal in the first period. Canucks 11. Rangers 1 for 2 on the power play. And Adam Graves helping lead the penalty kill, killing off the Canucks' only power play. We'll be back at Madison Square Garden to start the second period right after these messages. Sam Rosen, John Davidson, Al Trotwick, Sal Messina at Madison Square Garden. Rangers with a 2-0 lead on the Vancouver Canucks. Let's take a look at the first period highlights. And Adam Graves stole the show with these are the Minolta highlights.
Well, you see Bertuzzi making the pass that John McLean picked off to Gretzky to Graves, and a great wrist shot. 1-0 Rangers. Graves' 22nd goal. That was an even strength goal.
Here's Adam Graves on the power play, John.
This time you see him in front of the net. Just watch what he does to get position. There he tries a deflection, but the puck hit him. Rebound, he missed the net. Now he backs out for a shooting lane. And there it is. A great pass from Gretzky. Power play goal, and the Rangers were up by 2.
Let's watch him penalty kill.
Well, just watch his legs. His legs don't stop. The only time they do stop, he widens them out for balance. See how he's wide there? Tough to knock over when they're wide. See? They're wide again. They're wide. Now he starts going. Now he starts going. He might even get knocked down. But look who gets up and keeps his feet going. Feet going. Feet going. And the fans really enjoyed this 30 or 40 seconds of penalty kill, as did the bench. That was some effort.
Look at the teammates all pumped up. Great performance by Adam Graves in that first period. Ulf Samuelson's going to be the key man of a feature coming up that our Paula McHale has put together. But what's practice like with Ulf Samuelson? Watch this guy. There he is on Mark Savard. Now Darren Langdon and Mike Richter take exception to Ulfie. So Ulfie goes back, chops at the stick of Savard.
You need an Ulf Samuelsson. When you practice every day and you have pressure of games and pressure when you don't win, you need a lunatic out there, and he's basically a lunatic.
That's Kevin Stevens trying to get
mad at him. But this goes on every day.
Driving people crazy, beyond distraction, so that they have to go after him.
Yeah, a lot of teams hate playing against Ulf Samuelsson, but every one of them, Hartford, Pittsburgh, Rangers, all of his teammates will tell you the same thing. What a great teammate this guy is.
And you know what? The thing that I admire most about him, John, never complains.
No, when he
Dishes it
gets
out
nailed,
and takes it.
Yeah, when he
never
gives it
complains.
out, he doesn't say much. When he takes it, he doesn't say much. And he takes a lot, too.
Underway second period. Nedved, Knubel, and Sundstrom. Opposite Messier, May, and Naslund. Aucoin and Jovanovski on defense for Vancouver. Pass by Nedved was blocked. And the Canucks taken away by Sundstrom. Snow plays it to the glass. Sundstrom comes down trying to play it. It's kept in. Knubel, shot blocked. Comes to Popovich. Wrist shot. And may have gone off the arm or was tipped away and wide into the corner. And an offside is whistled on the play. We are 40 seconds in to the second period. Mark Messier is the leading scorer of the Vancouver Canucks. Go to our Amtrak Northeast Direct quote book. Mike Keenan on being fired by the Vancouver Canucks. It appears Brian Burke had his mind made up right from the beginning. If other teams made judgments on that basis, I was fired on. No coach would last the season. I've renewed my vigor for coaching after my experience in Vancouver. I'm definitely not finished coaching. Right now he's in Switzerland vacationing.
I think he said he went over there to study hockey systems and a different look, to get a European look on things.
And
Mark
the new
Crawford
man
will do a good job.
Oh, yes, he is.
I think Andy Murray will be the assistant coach, or at least one of them, next season with his team. He's coaching prep school hockey in the state of Minnesota.
McGillney took himself offside when he stick handled at the line.
Shattuck St. Mary's Prep School in Faribault, Minnesota is where Andy Murray is.
Okay.
And the prep school of 15 to 18-year-olds, their record this year, 49-4-1. And Andy Murray will help Mogilny and players like that with the technical end of things for next season.
Boy, this guy's an enigma, John. He has so much talent, Mogilny.
All right, now the Canucks have changed their lines up, Sam. They start with Bertuzzi, who played center in the first period on the left side. Messier in the middle, and Mogilny on the right side.
Mogilny shoots wide.
And I agree with you. Mogilny's got top 5 in the league talent. That's how good this guy could be. But I'm not so sure he likes the game, Sam. I don't think he likes playing with the passion that you need to prove you're the best when he's got the skill level to be one of the best.
Richter got direction from Samuelson. Messier stops and shoots, and a save made. Messier again, and he drives it, and a save by Richter. Graves checked by Bertuzzi. Graves tied up with Messier. Here's Mogilny putting pressure on. Back passes out of the zone. Gretzky with Graves and McLean. Rangers change defense. Get Bukaboom and Tamer on. Kevin Stevens has come off the bench. Here's McLean turning his shot just wide. Bukaboom comes down the boards. Gretzky behind the net. Cutting in is Brent Fedek just off the bench. Gretzky looking for an opening. Fedek trying to move into position. Pass the Stevens, shot blocked in front. Chipped in front and blocked again by Brian McCabe. And Dave Gagne gets out with it. Stolen by Bukaboom. Moves across with Stevens. Big drive, saved by Snow. Rangers playing very alert, John.
Yeah, they're creating the turnovers, which is something that they can do if they're sharp mentally. And they haven't been sharp mentally in recent games. Here they are, and you can see them. They're forcing the turnovers.
Savard against a coin. A coin works it around the boards. This is the third game in 4 nights for the Vancouver Canucks. Monday night, they lost to the Ottawa Senators in Vancouver. Didn't get a shot against Ottawa in the third period.
Yeah. Then they went in last night. Corey Hirsch he was very good in the first 2 periods to give them a chance, but they lost 2-1 in Montreal. Montreal had a 2-1-0 breakaway and didn't get a shot. Corson and Recchi on the puck didn't get a shot.
Popovich takes a hit, stays with the puck. Brad May after him. This line now is Scatchard, May, and Klatt.
They've changed all 3 lines. Klatt was on the left side to start the game. Now he's playing right wing. All 3 lines for Vancouver have shifted to begin this second period as they have to try and find some offense.
3:10 gone by in the second. Whose foot is that? It's Dave Gagne. His skate is off. He's getting a skate change or sharpened. Dave Gagne on the bench. Don't forget, following Rangers hockey tonight on MSG, Marv Albert at the National Finance Sports Desk. He'll cover the Devils, the Islanders, and the Rangers. Bill Walton will be in the studio to talk hoops, and Monmouth wins. All at the National Finance Sports Desk with Marv Albert following New York Rangers hockey.
Here the Rangers go with their 4th line. We're early in the second period. Things are pretty good for your team when you can go with your 4 lines and you've already forced the other team, the Vancouver club, to change all their line combinations. It tells you that you're getting the job done so far.
Langdon got flipped, penalty.
Scatchard will go. He got a stick right up to the right side of the face of Darren Langdon. The referee now will go over and take a look and see if it warrants a double minor. No, it's a single minor. It's a high sticking call, and the Rangers have a power play goal already by Graves. The 4th line draws one in the neutral zone, and Scatchard gets his 2nd minor of the game. Scatchard, number 20. Watch his stick go over the right shoulder. Pardon me, around the left shoulder. I apologize. The stick blade right up into the right side. Oof. The Langdon's face.
That hurts.
Gee, the referee almost got hit on the play too, so he couldn't miss it. There, Jeff Bukaboom will intercept the play here, and he had to wait for Gretzky to get on side. Now he moves in. He takes a pretty good shot here with a nice juicy rebound, but Kevin Stevens just missed it.
Scatchard for high sticking at 3:31. Rangers' 3rd power play. They're 1 for 2. Graves, Gretzky, McLean, Leach, and Nedved for the power play. Klatt and Muckalt with Oland and McCabe, the penalty killers for Vancouver. Leach with the outlet to Graves. Graves sends it in. If you joined us late, Adam Graves, 2 goals in the game in the first period, giving the Rangers the 2-0 lead. We're almost 4 minutes into the second. Leach's pass deflected by Klatt. Oland moves it, and it's cleared by Muckalt all the way down.
Gretzky's line mates, Graves and McLean, combined for 7 shots on goal in the first period alone.
Outlet to Gretzky, a little too far, sent the other way by Murray Barron. Stopped by Leach. Give it away to Barron, who clears it down. Richter out. Gretzky picks up the puck. For checking is McGillney, who's on with Messier. Nedved. Down the boards goes McLean. Murray Barron is there first. McLean on him. Barron moves it to Adrian Aucoin. On to Messier. Nedved trying to stop him. Messier give it up to Leach. Graves. Good job thus far by the Canucks. And the Rangers once again turn it over. 45 seconds to go on the power play. There's Leach. Trent Platt for checking. Leach to Gretzky. Sundstrom across the Leach. Now Gretzky along the boards. Knuble has come on. Sundstrom has come on. Sundstrom to Gretzky to Sundstrom. Knuble set up in front. Gretzky shoots wide. Gretzky behind the net. Drops it off for Knuble. Olin checking him. Knuble trying to get it to Nedved. Olin trying to take it away. Does, and lifts it to the line. It was batted down with a high stick. Rangers can't touch it. They're waiting for Olin to touch it. And
finally it was by a Ranger, I think. The face-off will come outside. Scatcherd now out of the penalty box.
The power play is over, as you mentioned. Wayne Gretzky said, no, not us. They'll bring it back out. Islanders and Boston playing a wild one in Boston. They're 4-4 in the second period.
Wayne had to undo the chin strap so he could talk better. Really get his message across to the officials. Yeah, 4-4. Wow.
And then Boston likes to play defense first while they've opened up.
Boston struggling somewhat too.
Oh yeah, they have not won in 6, John. Rangers keeping an eye on that game with Boston ahead of them in the standings. 3 points ahead of the Rangers. Florida 5 points ahead of the Rangers in the final, the number 8 playoff spot.
Well, Gilney a goal and 2 assists last night. Their win over Toronto. And Fedek looked like he got a shot to the kisser and he got knocked down. Bourre goal and 2 assists last night. What happened to Fedek here? Oh, stick into the face.
Oh boy.
It looks like the referee missed this one. No call, but definitely the stick, the blade of the stick went right to his face. The puck was up high and the coin reached at it. Look at that. I mean, that's got to be called.
Yeah, it's careless.
And it wasn't. He missed it. If it would have been a major, the linesman could have helped out and made the call, but on that play, the referee obviously looking in a different direction and just missed it. You can sense the way Vancouver's played this game. You can see why they've taken more penalty minutes, or at least been shorthanded more times than any other team in the league. They're just not very responsible.
The score is coming in. Islanders 4-4. Devils at St. Louis. Montreal and Philadelphia tied at 1. Eric Lindros has the goal for the Flyers. Later starts Nashville at Calgary. And Chicago at LA. San Jose at Phoenix.
The Rangers here with that what they call shallow trap. They're trying to force it a little bit. See Sundstrom go over and the pass to McGillney stopped the flow of Vancouver in the breakout.
Messier across, McGillney to the net. The pass blocked by Popovich. Nedved able to clear it to Sundstrom. Garth Snow comes out to stop it. Brashear sends it to the other side of McGillney. Good play by Sundstrom to Nedved, on to Knuble off his stick. And Brashear able to clear the zone.
The Rangers yesterday worked in practice of working deeper on their forecheck and trying to make it tougher for the other team to come out.
Nedved, nice move, but Brashear got the stick into him. The shot was gloved by Snow.
No, a great save. Good effort. And again, the Rangers working the forecheck a little bit better than what they have in recent games.
They're forcing a lot more turnovers.
That's what they worked at in practice yesterday.
Snow out to play the puck. Out to Marcus Naslund. 3-on-2 out of the zone. Muckald moves in, drops it off to Naslund, who shoots, save, Richter, cleared aside by Leach. Graves able to move it out to Gretzky. Gretzky moving in. Gretzky cuts to the left and shoots, save by Snow. The rebound wide by McLean. And that pass blocked. Wayne Gretzky still looking for the goal that will tie him all time in goals, WHA and NHL. Snow's without a stick with Gordie Howe. Here's Gretzky behind the net, centering, intercepted by Muckall. Score! John McLean!
started with a 2-on-2 rush by the Rangers, and McLean set up a pick play that would make Patrick Ewing happy. I mean, it was a classic. And then in the collision and the ensuing play, Garth Snow lost his stick. Watch Gretzky cut across. Look at McLean. Boom. Look at that pick play. Now Snow gets up. He's got no stick. McLean knocked it out of his hand. And this is the forecheck and the pressure that we talked about the Rangers worked on in practice. And it continues here. McLean's deep. Gretzky's deep. Pass in front. Snow can't use the stick because he doesn't have it. And here's Gretzky putting the puck in front. There's the forecheck again. Graves to McLean and bang. That's just great effort from the top of the circles all the way down to the Vancouver goal. The Rangers have owned the Canucks so far in this game.
What a play Adam Graves made, forcing the turnover. Rangers aggressive. They take advantage of Garth Snow without the stick. It's 3-0. John McLean with his 18th. Adam Graves with an assist. 2 goals and 1 assist. What a game Adam Graves is playing. And McLean, who just missed on the rebound of the Gretzky shot, made no mistake there. McLean is 18th from Graves at 7:22, 3-0 Rangers.
John McLean, we were talking about the play on the 2-on-2. Gretzky cuts across to get into a shooting lane. But watch McLean. He stops. Bang. Does that take the defenseman out of the play or what? And then after the play, the puck's in front. Snow without the stick. Can't handle a puck. Can't keep his balance. Gretzky in front. Turnover, but there's Graves. And then McLean. And with no stick for Snow, he couldn't stop the low shot on McLean. It was McLean that knocked the stick away from the goaltender.
Well, Brian Leach is right. And Craig McTavish said it as well. Whatever Adam Graves is doing is rubbing off on his teammates. The Rangers playing an inspired game in this one.
Well, Todd Harvey provides a lot of that stuff, especially earlier before the injury. And without Harvey, the Rangers were looking around. It looks like Graves is the guy, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
We'll have to call Adam Heartbeat from now on instead of Heartbeat Hart.
Todd Harvey, good news is that he is getting closer to returning and working hard off the ice. Fedek dumping it down the board.
There's the play where Jovanovski loved to hit, and he just missed Fedek.
Popovich pinching in to keep it in the zone. Todd Harvey's been riding the stationary bike, waiting for his brace, and plans to start skating very soon. Fedek in the corner is wrapped up. Savard cutting, got bumped. Dave Scatcherd ran into Savard. Trent Platt trying to clear the zone. It's over the boards. And the bench downstairs to Al Troutwig. Al, what do you got?
Sam, I've got another episode of Boys Will Be Boys. Today's victim, assistant coach Craig McTavish. It is the Coke Classic play. As we saw earlier, the Rangers haven't lost their sense of humor. So why are we showing you Dan Cloutier? Well, this is the video evidence. He took the gloves of Craig McTavish and loaded them with snow. And that is annoying of the highest order. So there goes Craig McTavish over to put the gloves on, and who did this? And he didn't know, as he told Sal. But now he will.
Oh, you guys are terrible. What a bunch of rats.
They gave it away.
Oh. You wanted to.
Not me.
I would never squeal on a young goaltender like that. He's messing with the coach. He's going to be in trouble now.
That candid camera, the hidden camera caught Dan Cloutier. Look at this. And he's saying, okay. Are you doing
blaming Cloutier right there. And Cloutier is going, I didn't do it. Who would do such a thing?
He said, I was over getting a water bottle.
Charlie, how do you smile? And Adam Graves sort of looking around like I know nothing. Yeah, and he's just being told right now who did it from upstairs. The coach is watching it upstairs. They're telling him, we got it finally. We figured it out. Thanks to MSG. And I had not. You guys are rats. I would never squeal on a guy.
Loose puck in front, cleared out by Nedved. Matthias Olin back to get it. 10.5 minutes to go, second period. Rangers with a 3-0 lead on a night that belongs to Adam Graves, who is putting on quite a show both ends of the ice. 2 goals and an assist. Got a great penalty kill. Round the net for Bertuzzi, blocked in front. Richter got the stick on it. Olin plays it deep. Popovich there. Now Nedved, stopped by Olin. McGinley, good play to get it to Messier. Messier pass in front. Oland in deep. Checked by Sundstrom. Messier against Popovich. Nedved steps up. They double team Messier. And a good job to clear it by Nedved. Oland recovers. Across to Brian McCabe. McCabe plays it toward the net, but wide. Taken off the boards by Harry York, able to get it to McGillney. McGillney heads for the net, stopped by Schneider. McGillney back at it in front. Popovich swept it aside, and it's cleared out by Graves. McLean to the puck, and the shot deflected into the crowd.
General Manager Neil Smith not here tonight. He was at the general manager's meetings in Palm Springs, moved across to Phoenix, where Phoenix plays at home tonight to San Jose. So Neil went to Phoenix to watch those two teams play.
Well, look at that.
Neil's not there. It looks like they're having a party.
They took
upstairs.
over. Sammy Saint Laurent, Don Maloney, Charlie Huddy,
Howie Wanger,
Dr. Howie Wanger,
man. Yeah.
Mark Piazza, Jerry, no, that's John Rosasco. Oh, if Neil is watching.
Tell, they all moved in.
Harry York and Adam Graves for the face-off.
Sign Neil Smith's name if you order a little thing or there, you know.
That's right.
Not hard to spell.
Harry York slides it in front just past Brad May. May to the side of the net. Ricker got the stick on it. Here's McLean.
That would have been a short two-man breakaway for Vancouver. That dreaded 3-goal lead, Sam. Sometimes your concentration level will drop a little bit when you have an enjoyable lead. There's a long way to go in this game.
Leach able to move it to Gretzky. And out of the zone, John McLean. Jovanovski goes back. 8:50 to go in the second. Graves takes it away. The back pass comes out of the zone, and Leach has it. Every time you look up, Adam Graves involved in a play. McLean tied up along the corner. Samuelson lifts it to the corner. Gretzky is there. McLean and Stevens. Gretzky against a coin. Brad May against Kevin Stevens. Stevens wraps him up. Gretzky looking. May trying to move it. Stevens with him. The Rangers take over. Shot by Tamer deflected. And the Canucks come out. Bill Muckall slowed down by Bukaboom, and it's deep into the Rangers zone where Tamer takes it. Drops it off for Bukaboom. Tipped ahead by Brent Fedek. Strudwick back for it. Jason Strudwick able to move it up the boards and out for Dave Gagne. Gagne across. Tamer stays with him. Gagne goes down. Gagne gets up and has the puck again. Gagne pass block. Great play by Bukaboom.
That was a kick save and a beauty. There was an open Vancouver player on the other side of the ice. The pass was intended for him, and Jeff Bukaboom did a splitting kick save. It was a beauty.
Barron's pass knocked down by Knuble with a high stick. 7:24 to go in the second. Rangers with a 3-0 lead. Assistant coach Craig McTavish had a few lighter moments earlier, but now serious. And he got the word from assistant coach Charlie Huddy as to who put the snow in the glove.
Charlie Huddy was a terrific defenseman. He roomed and played a lot with Paul Coffey when they were playing with the Edmonton Oilers, winning all those Stanley Cups. Charlie Huddy was the stay-at-home guy, very thick-bodied. He'd throw body checks, just nail you in the boards. He was a real stay-at-home guy. Edmonton didn't have many stay-at-home guys.
Messier tried to put it in front. Schneider blocked it. Knubel's got it. Off the skate of Sundstrom. Todd Bertuzzi the other way. Messier. Rich shot blocked by Popovich. Oland trying to keep it in. Cleared out by Sundstrom. Past Nedved. Nedved chases down. Good hustle to get to the puck. Nedved checked along the boards. Knuble for Sundstrom, saved by Snow. Good play by the Rangers. Back the other way, Mark Messier. On to Todd Bertuzzi. Drop to Messier. Messier pass across, broken up by Popovich.
The Rangers defense have played well in this game. Popovich is breaking up plays. Bukaboom is breaking up plays.
Nedved with Knuble. Pass in front, stopped by Dave Scatchard. Fires out, hit McGillney in the skates. He's stopped by Graves. And Oland Olin sends it down the board. 6:20 to go, second period. 3-0. Rangers lead it. Center, through, taken by Gretzky. Adam Graves with 2 goals in the game. John McClain the other. Brashear moves in. He was checked. The bouncing puck. He chips it wide of the net. Scatchard takes over. Bobanowski ran into one of the Rangers along the boards. Leach comes in and ties him up. Gretzky gets it to Graves. Graves against O'Coin, slides it down, and Brashear recovers. Gave it away. Graves to Gretzky. Gretzky slides it in front, tipped just wide by John McClain. Graves moving against O'Coin. Penalty on Adrian O'Coin. Graves threw it.
Yeah, there was a big turnover, though, before that. That got Vancouver in all kinds of trouble. And the Rangers are forcing the turnovers. They're making things happen because of it. And O'Coin's forced to take the penalty. It'll be a holding call. Watch Brashear here. Oh, man, the MCS Cannon goal cam. Look at this. Gretzky with a nice pass across, but you can see McClain was checked nicely. And in front of the net, you're going to see O'Coin, actually right in here behind the net on the Graves. He grabbed a hold of him. He had no stick in his hands, and wrapped his arms right around Adam Graves. Brashear's turnover is one that's going to make a coach just fall over at the bench. And he just tried a fancy backhand pass in his own zone. There was nobody around him. And when you do that tonight against the Rangers, you're going to pay some way. And this time it's O'Coin in the box. Here's Knubel. A big collision along the boards. And here comes Staios with a high, hard one on Mike Knubel. Power play Rangers.
Rangers are 1 for 3 on the power play. Graves will take the face-off. Graves, Gretzky, and McClain. Leach and Nedved for the power play. O'Coin for holding at 14:21. Scatchard on the face-off. Scatchard and Platt with Oland and McCabe for Vancouver. 5:39 to go in the second. Scatchard wins it back. McClain gets to it. Graves to Nedved. Quick shot saved by Snow. Oland gave it away to Gretzky. Gretzky down to Graves. Back to Gretzky. And it's taken away and cleared by Trent Platt. Wayne Gretzky has 2 assists in the game. Brian Leach back for the puck. He has 1 assist. And heads up ice. Snow goes out to get the puck. Up the boards. Kept in by Nedved. To Gretzky. Across to Leach. Leach for Gretzky. It's intercepted by Platt. A little unselfish was Brian Leach. Maybe too unselfish. Gretzky to Graves. Back to Gretzky. Nedved. Gretzky winds up. Pass through for Nedved. Tipped by Matthias Oland. Nedved to Leach. Platt on him. Wrist shot. Graves looking for deflection. Nedved along the board, checked by Messier. Nedved stays with it. Pulls back, leaves it for Gretzky. Gretzky looking, Graves is in front, pass to Leach, touch to McClain. McClain moves in, banned on the shot. And Platt drives it down the boards. 45 seconds to go on the power play. Leach back for it, Scatchard pressing. 4:15 to go, second period. Knubel across with Sundstrom. Gretzky still on. Gretzky down the boards. Pass blocked by Strudwick. Gretzky to Sundstrom. Knubel set up in the slot. Gretzky to Sundstrom. Nedved sneaking in. The pass through him comes out to Leach. Leach looking down to Sundstrom. Knubel in front. Pass to Gretzky. Gretzky moving. Strudwick is there. Gretzky to Sundstrom and back. 5 seconds in the power play. Nedved to Gretzky for a Leach. It was tipped. Pass to Gretzky. Scores! Wayne Gretzky with goal number 1,071. All-time regular season. He and Gordie Howe combined in the NHL and WHA.
Surprise, nobody's gotten the puck. This would be a pretty good souvenir. What a nice passing play. I think the fans here wanted a shot, and there was no shot, but the Rangers didn't get away from the power play pass work that they were into. Gretzky moves it to Sundstrom, to Gretzky. He looks around, very patient. Back to the point, back across. And then there's Gretzky finishing a beautiful, beautiful power play. Well, no, the power play just expired.
Just expired.
Yeah. Just expired. Boy, they passed the puck well. Confident looking hockey club tonight.
What a game. Gretzky with a goal and 2 assists. 8th goal of the season for Wayne Gretzky. 3-point night. Nedved gets an assist. Nicholas Sundstrom. Savard across with a puck. Behind the back to Fedek, who shoots wide. 4-0. Rangers leading it. Marcus Naslund across with Jovanovski. Rangers stop it. Schneider clears it. Gretzky is 8th for Nedved and Sundstrom at 16-21.
When we talk about those amount of goals, that's a combination of Gordie Howe scoring in the NHL regular season and playoffs, and the old WHA regular season and playoffs combined. And Gretzky now, wow, 1,071. The numbers continue.
And it is played down the boards. Kept in by Olin. Long shot save made by Richter, and he's bumped.
Penalty here, Sam. The arm's up by the referee, and I think it's going to be another penalty for bumping into the goaltender. Maybe I'm wrong. It's a holding call coming up. Wayne Gretzky gets the 4-0 goal for the Rangers. They move the puck around brilliantly. Beautiful pass from Peter Nedved, a finish by Gretzky, and he's having a great night here. Nedved with a beautiful pass across. Nedved had been playing the point. He freelances, moved in, hit Gretzky beautifully. They're now announcing in the building that Gretzky is tied Gordie Howe for the big number, 1,071 professional goals. That's the WHA and the NHL. They're coming right out of their seats here at Madison Square Garden. They did get the puck.
Yeah.
And that'll go into the trophy case. Gretzky knows he's aware of everything that he does, and there he salutes the fans in his way. What a night. What a night for him and the Rangers.
Great ovation. And for Wayne, goal number 8, a long time coming, but he's now closing in on 900 goals for his NHL career, John. Another milestone.
Most people hope to play 900 games.
McGillney shot blocked by Samuelson. Giveaway behind the net. Messier trying to play it. Leach checks him along with Samuelson. Graves blocked by Olin. McGillney moves it to Olin. Back to Messier in the corner. Bertuzzi's in front battling Samuelson. There's McGillney to Messier. To McGillney for the shot saved by Richter. McGillney's got it back. Out to a coin to McGillney. Here's a coin backhander deflected away wide. This is Canucks' second power play of the game. They're 0 for 1. A coin and Olin's playing the points. Messier, McGillney, and Bertuzzi up front. Here's Messier. Now a coin. Wrist shot high. Good by Richter.
I can see why Coin's got some action.
Oh, Bertuzzi and Samuelson. They've been battling since the power play started, whacking each other.
Well, Vancouver, I think, needs to show some passion here. They're down by 4. They're moving the puck around well in the power play. But they haven't fought much in loose puck battles, have they? They haven't battled much in this game at all. Coin's wrist shot, top corner. Mike Richter snared it out of the air. Samuelson and Bertuzzi have been really going at each other. Then they drop the gloves. There they are in front. Bertuzzi's a big kid. Samuelson's doing his best to try and move Bertuzzi away from Richter. I'll tell you what, the shot may have gone wide, but Richter did a great job finding the puck through traffic. Samuelson caught Bertuzzi with a shot to the kisser that got Bertuzzi mad.
They have, Samuelson and Bertuzzi have some history.
Well, there's the stick that went into the eye of Bertuzzi from Samuelson, and that really got the emotions going in this game, or that particular game.
That's 3 years ago when Bertuzzi was with the Islanders, 1995-96 season. Great job by our crew downstairs to locate that tape. Bertuzzi thought he had lost his eye.
You can see he was looking into his hand to find out the damage. So Bertuzzi and Samuelson go to the box. 56 seconds to go. Tamer Minor.
Al's at ice side between the benches. Al.
Sam, I'll tell you, Messier's return, Gretzky's level of play, Graves, the standing ovations. Down here, to me, it sounds and it feels like the Garden again.
You're right, Al. You're right on the money there. Bertuzzi and Samuelson, 2 minutes each for roughing at 18:38.
You could feel it in warm-up before this game. We were talking about the energy and the electricity in the building before the puck was, and it was during warm-up.
And to this point, the Rangers are playing one of their best games of the year.
Marcus Naslund dumps it in, a bouncer, gloved by Richter, and he holds it.
Wolf Samuelsson went to the Rangers locker room with the minors to Bertuzzi and Samuelsson with very little time left in the period. Players were sent to the respective locker rooms to cool off.
Samuelsson heading off. 38 seconds remaining. Make it 39 seconds remaining in the penalty to Chris Tamer. Dave Gagne set for the face-off.
Gagne was attempted to be traded last season to Carolina, but he had a clause in his contract, and he said no. He had a no-trade clause. This time around, when he got traded to Vancouver, he said, okay, I'll go.
Rich shot by a coin, deflected wide, less than a minute to go. That play went right through the crease. They score! Marcus Naslund, the leading goal scorer of the Canucks, gets his 25th of the season as he backhanded it by Mike Richter, and it's a 4-1 game.
Gagne is working the face-off in the Rangers zone. And you'll see eventually Naslund will end up putting a backhand shot through the legs. That was Naslund that just retrieved the puck back to the defenseman. Now, all the players over on the right side, there comes Naslund right there. And nobody really saw him. He took the puck off his skate blade and flicked it right through the legs of Richter on the backhand. He made a nice play. He's had a great goal-scoring year. To the skate blade, to the stick blade, and through the legs. What I liked about it, too, it's a 4-1 goal because he didn't celebrate too much. He just knew he scored the goal, didn't get carried away with celebration as his team gets one. So he had just a little arm wave, and that was it. He didn't overdo it by getting a goal.
Tied with Sean McEachran for 5th in the league in goals scored with 25. So the Canucks get a power play goal.
At 1903.
Gagne and Muckalt get the assist at 1903. Bill Muckalt, one of the leading candidates for the Calder Trophy, is top rookie in the NHL. He's had an outstanding year. He leads all rookies in goals scored and in points.
Yeah, Mark Messier said before the game to me that this kid's a real deal. And when he says that, I take his word for it.
Gretzky got knocked down by Jovanovski. Graves is pinned along the boards by McCabe. Harry York is there. Gretzky moving in. York takes the puck. Final seconds of the second period. Brad May. Flat to stop. Buzzer sounds. Period ends. Rangers 2 goals in each period. Wayne Gretzky with a record-tying goal. And Wayne Gretzky, Adam Graves, and John McClain have provided all 4 Ranger goals tonight. Graves with a 3-point game, Gretzky a 3-point game, and John McClain with 2. Quite a night. McClain and Gretzky score in the second period. Let's get the Vancouver side of things from Glenn Hanlon. He's with Sal Messina downstairs. Sal.
All right, thanks, Sam. Glenn, a young defense, and how are they adapting thus far?
Well, we're happy with our defensemen. I thought that if you take a look at our group, they're young. They're going to be here together for a long time. Picking up with Jovanovski has helped our defensive core. We've got players like Strudwick. We have Chris McAllister, who's 6'5", who has a lot of potential. So I think the future for the Vancouver Canucks looks good.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Sam?
Thanks, Sal. Coming up, the captain of the Canucks, Mark Messier, with Al in the studio right after this.
Rangers up by 3, 4-1, second intermission here on MSG. In our studios with the captain of the Canucks, Mark Messier. Thanks for coming in again. You've caught the Rangers at a very high level, and I don't know if we can say you brought the best out in the Rangers again, but clearly they're playing hard.
Well, they've been under a lot of pressure. I know it's like being in the city when things aren't going well, and they had a few days to get themselves ready for tonight, and you know, they've taken advantage of some of our youth and experience, and the power play is looking real good tonight.
Yeah, when you say youth and inexperience, is that what you think leads to all the penalties?
I think it has a little bit to do with it. You know, I think we have a real young team. We don't have much experience at all in playing big games, and I think it all has a little bit to do with the end result. But you know, we got a real solid group of guys, and we're learning a lot. And Mark's come in here and really put his fingerprints on the way he wants us to play, and I think it's pretty exciting for everybody to get it going.
At one point, Mark Crawford yelled out on the bench, "Hey guys, finish your check and move on. Don't check too much." What's he talking about there?
Well, I think just, you know, he really wants puck pursuit all over the ice, you know. I mean, check, you know, closest guy, and wedging and puck pressure. And that means when you're on the ice and you don't have the puck, you're busy. And I think we can get a lot better at it. And it's something new to everybody, I think, a little bit. But it certainly will be effective once we have time to get used to it.
After the game, can you hang with your old buddies here in New York City tonight, or do you have to leave?
Well, I got a lot of family and friends that have come in for the game, and it's first time from our own players to New York City, so I'd like to show them a little bit of the city. We're here for a week, and hopefully we'll get a time to get out and see some of the sights.
All right, good. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
All right, Mark Messier and his Canucks having their problems tonight at the Garden. Rangers up big, highlights and all that other stuff coming up.
Bill Daughtry at the sports desk. The New Jersey Devils trying to make it 6 straight without a loss at St. Louis. They lead the Blues 1-0. Take a look at how the only goal of that game was scored. Brian Ralston got it with 1 minute to go in the first period. That would be at the 19-minute mark. There it is right there, just trickling by Mr. Parent, the goaltender. 1-0 Devils in the second. That's where it stands right now. New York Islanders in a wild seesaw game up in Boston. They've taken the lead in the third period 5-4. Mark Lawrence put them on top with this goal right here. You're about to see it, the 10:04 mark in the second. Long rebound, and he beats Defoe, his 6th goal of the year. Islanders in front 5-4. Marv Albert has a lot to tell you about tonight, and we'll tell you all about what Marv's going to tell you about right after this. Marv Albert has a half-hour edition of the National Finance Sports Desk following Rangers hockey tonight. Of course, more on the Rangers, Devils, and Islanders. Knicks open the NBA season tomorrow against the old Dominique brothers down in Orlando. That would be the Wilkins boys. A closer look at Monmouth trying to get it right on the basketball court. And NBA legend Bill Walton joins Marv in our sports desk studio. 2 goals for Adam Graves, a Hall of Fame goal for Wayne Gretzky. The Rangers with a 4-1 lead over Vancouver. Third period coming up after this.
Welcome back. Second period scoring summary is brought to you by Payne Weber. Thank you, Payne Weber, for the advice. John McClain made it 3-0 at 7:22. Adam Graves with the assist, and Wayne Gretzky at 16:21 with his 8th from Nedved and Sundstrom made it 4-0. That ties Gordie Howe for the most combined professional goals at 1,071. Marcus Naslund broke up the shutout at 19:03 with a power play goal from Gagne and Muckall. Rangers with a 4-1 lead into the third. We'll be back in just a moment. Sam, J.D., Allen, Sal at Madison Square Garden. Rangers with a 4-1 lead. Let's take a look at second period highlights. And the Rangers keep adding after they led 2-0 into the first.
Well, they're just forechecking a lot more in this game than they have in past games. And they're forcing turnovers because of it. Gar Snow's without the goal stick. Look at Graves dive in, find a way to move the puck to McLean. And without the goal stick, Gar Snow had no chance at all in the play. That was a 3-0 Ranger lead.
Here's a very special Wayne Gretzky goal.
Well, they're working the power play, and they just were patient. Gretzky to Nedved. Across the Nedved, he handled a difficult puck and again moved it back to Gretzky. And Wayne knew it was a big goal to tie Gordie Howe. 1,071 goals apiece. The puck has been put away for safekeeping. Janet, Wayne's wife, she knows. And the fans here did a great job at Madison Square Garden applauding what Wayne Gretzky has done in this game and what he's done in his career.
Yeah. That's a good feeling. And the Canucks scored on a power play in the last minute, John.
Yeah, it was 4-0, and the Rangers, you can see in their own zone with Tamer in the penalty box, the puck moved around, and Marcus Naslund made a nice play. Took the pass off, or at least the puck off the skate blade up to his stick blade, and whipped it underneath the legs of Mike Richter. The Canucks on the board late in the second period.
All right, as we await the return of the teams to the ice, it is time for the Aflac Trivia Quiz. Besides Mark Messier, which 2 former Rangers have also been captain of the Canucks?
That's a good one. You're acting like you know this one.
Oh no, I have to go into deep thought.
I know one of the old timers.
Which 2 former Rangers have also been the captain of the Canucks.
It just hit me, and I know where one of them played a game the other day. The older one I knew right away because he could throw, so he could drop the gloves and throw them. He could throw them, I'm telling you.
Yeah? Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. Oh, I think I know
I'm
who you're
giving you hints.
Okay.
And then the other one just played a game the other day.
Just played a game the other day?
In Boise, Idaho.
What was he doing in Boise, Idaho?
It was an all-star game.
Oh, okay. all-star game in Boise,
That's right.
Idaho.
Boise, Idaho. Matthew Lochran is the man that runs the team, a former Ranger employee, runs a team in Boise, Idaho.
He was a former Ranger, and he was
a captain of the Canucks at one time. The defenseman. Anything else you need me to tell you?
I'm working on it.
Oh, I got you this time. I've missed the last couple. This one I got.
The defenseman who was the captain of the Canucks, huh? I think I've got the first one now. The second one, that could be real tough. Flyers, who have lost only once in their last 22 games, are leading Montreal 4-1 in the third. Islanders lead Boston 5-4 in the third, and that's a very important game as far as the Rangers positioning in the standings. Rangers trying to close in on Boston and move ahead of Montreal. And of course, those teams still behind the number 8 spot, which is held by Florida right now. Rangers will be in Boston Sunday afternoon. Underway, third period. Nedved, Sundstrom, Knuble, Schneider, and Popovich for the Rangers. Messier with McGillney and Klatt, Poland and McCabe for Vancouver. Klatt touching it back for Oland, who cleared the zone. Rangers recover. And Knuble sends it in. Klatt. Now Matthias Oland on to Brian McCabe. Richter with a save on the long shot. Another shot is a save by Richter. Went off the left arm. Mike Knuble went off fairly quickly. I wonder if he's got a touch of the flu. Messier tried from a sharp angle. It was stopped. Messier again. Klatt chasing the puck. Sundstrom got bumped by McGillney. Oland putting it in the corner. McGillney with Sundstrom on him. Messier's without a stick. I believe he broke his stick. Along the boards, Rangers finally take control, and Nedved skates clear. Comes it in. Rangers change. Graves and Gretzky come on with Leach and Bukaboom. Stick save made by Garth Snow, and Marcus Naslund has the puck. Off the skate of Gagne. Leach tied up by Gagne. Samuelson is still in the penalty box serving a 2-minute minor for roughing. And a whistle as the passes across 2 lines. Minute 46 gone by. Well, we're going right to the answer.
Okay, come on.
Of the
who's the one you think you have?
Horace Kindrachuk.
No, Orland Kurtenbach.
Orland Kurtenbach. One of those.
Kindrachuk.
Okay.
That's about as close as Chicago.
Okay.
Doug. Come on, the other guy.
No. Go ahead.
Lidster, I think. Yep.
All
Doug
right,
Lidster, remember?
Right.
Horace Kindrachuk. That was close to Orland.
Okay, Orland Kurtenbach. I got him confused.
This was an all-star game where Canada's national team that Doug Lidster plays for played against an all-star team, and Dougie Lidster, look at him, still flying around the ice, moved up.
He's always
number
in great
6.
shape.
Yes, he is. One of the good people to play the game. Was a good soldier right here in New York for the Rangers for a long time. You now have a third one. Mark Messier, former Ranger, the captain of the Canucks. Orland Kurtenbach, was he ever tough?
One of the toughest.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Orland, that's close though.
Right.
You were in the right ballpark.
I know. Okay, I got the initials right. See, I should have just said his initials are okay, and you would have said the name,
you got it.
and I would have been on.
Horace Kindrachuk, that's classic. Oh, baby.
At least he played
Philadelphia Flyers.
At least he played
Not
the
far
NHL.
from Vancouver. Oh, maybe 2,800 miles.
Brad May's got
9,000 kilometers.
Savard diving at Brad May. May carries in. Loose puck slides into the crease, and Richter able to cover it up.
Here we go, Bukaboom and May. You know this is going to go. These two guys don't hold back. May tough, Bukaboom tough, and there they go. Everybody was driving to the net. The puck just kept sliding with them. And finally, Mike Richter's big glove, it just flopped on top of the puck. And as that happened, Brad May was digging away for the puck. And then Jeff Bukaboom jumped in. Remember the days of Brad May playing for Buffalo? I'd be right here going toe-to-toe with guys like Jeff Bukaboom before May was moved on to Vancouver last season. The MCS Cannon goal cam, look at the play. The puck will just sort of find its way to the net. Look at it. Everybody's checking, everybody's battling. It just finds its way to the net. And Richter falls on it. And May there took an extra jab. And that's when Jeff Bukaboom moved across and went at him. 5 minutes apiece for fighting. It's kind of funny here. The puck just keeps going. It just won't stop. There's Richter finally covers it up, and Brad May with the extra jab at it. Bukaboom went to clear him out of the zone. You can see Vancouver maybe, Sam, now with plays like that, and earlier Bertuzzi with Samuelson. When you're down 4-1 in a game, you just try to show some energy. You try to show your coaches you're not going to completely fold it up and look forward to your next game. So there's a little bit of battle in them.
Bukaboom and May, 5 minutes each for fighting at 2:23. Now those are two really good guys who are worked very hard for the Ice Hockey in Harlem program. They're very much involved, and they
that's hockey.
Duked it out. Oh, okay.
That's hockey.
Savard and Scatchard for the face-off. 2 minutes 23 seconds gone by in the third. Scatchard wins. Shot by Barron, saved by Richter, batted by Matthew Schneider. Kept in by the Canucks, and Schneider plays it again. Brashear is on with Scatchard and Steve Staios. Staios, number 25. Schneider pressured by Scatchard. Help from Savard. Stevens pass across, goes through. Jason Strudwick gave it up. Here's Savard across. Hit by Scatchard. Strudwick. Puts it around the boards. Stevens with a hit on Staios. Puck kept in by Tamer. Strudwick works it around the boards for Brashear. 3-on-2 across the line. Donald Brashear centers. It was deflected away, and the Rangers take over. It's the Sundstrom. Samuelson back, able to backhand it on goal.
But Kevin Stevens is hurting Sam. When he had that collision with Staios, Staios put his elbow up, and I think Stevens skated right into it with his jaw. And he's really hurting at the Rangers bench.
Messier stopped by Samuelson. Brashear with a wrist shot that's blocked by Knuble. Brashear tries again, and it's given away to Sundstrom. Moving down with Knuble. McCabe back. Forced Sundstrom wide, but he finds Leach. He scores! Brian Leach breaks a long goal-scoring drought to make it 5-1.
Donald Brashear is having a tough time. You'll see the Canucks will end up on the puck in the Rangers zone. There you can see the puck block. And there's Brashear on the puck again. He tries to play. He just gives it away. He was forced, and then Sundstrom is there. Leach is following up the play. Not picked up at all by Olin. And the puck went through the goaltender, Gar Snow. 5-1 Rangers. Nedved hustled. Sundstrom hustled. And away go the Rangers. Leach read the play nicely, but nobody looked around for Leach. The defenseman Oland, it was a 3-on-3. If he drops back, he didn't. And there's Leach with a wrist shot beating the goaltender.
Now look, when Sundstrom went wide, that the play might be over, but a great play by Sundstrom.
And Leach read the play jumping into it. If he doesn't jump into it, the play is dead.
Here's Richter with a save. 353 on Todd Bertuzzi. Brian Leach breaks a 23-game goal-scoring drought with his 7th of the season at 353, and the Rangers now lead 5-1. Leach from Sundstrom at 353. Brian Leach had gone 23 games without a goal. He breaks that streak. His last goal was December the 7th against Toronto. So that long drought, the longest of his career, is now over. And the Rangers continue their outstanding play.
Well, they're forcing turnovers. The Rangers are in this particular game. And once they're forcing turnovers, they've either drawn penalties, gotten scoring chances, or scored goals. And we just haven't seen enough of that from the Rangers, but they're certainly showing it here tonight against Vancouver.
McLean kept in by Barron. rather by Jovanovski, excuse me. Now McLean with the outlet to Gretzky. A coin goes to him. McLean took a hit from Gagne. Rangers control the puck, and it's sent in by Popovich. Jovanovski took it away. A good stop by Schneider in the neutral zone. Brings it offside. Went back into the Vancouver end. 15-18 to go in the third. Brian Leetch with his 7th.
See Brashear forced by Nedved, then he tried a fancy pass, and Sundstrom was right there. Those are the forcing turnovers with support that we've seen in this game. Forced wide by McCabe was Sundstrom, who just put it back to Leetch, who joined the play. And the defenseman's got to go in there and get Leetch. Now there's Stevens moving in on Staios. Staios knew it was coming, and he laid a lick right into the high chest and face with a shoulder and elbow right into Stevens, and he was slow getting to the bench, but he's back on the ice now.
Here's Stevens, pass across. Fedek shoots, and it was actually a pass to Savard who missed the net. Fedek behind the net now. Checked by Barron. In front, Stevens. He scores!
Wow! That's 3 lines that have scored for the Rangers now in this game. Getting the balance. The first half of the game was all Gretzky, McLean, and Graves. The Nedved line with Leetch on it. Got one. Here's another one of these turnovers, Sam. Look at that. Forced. Rangers are all over the Canucks. Beautiful pass across to Fedek by Stevens. And then it's puck recovery after the play didn't work. Now look at this pass by Fedek to Stevens, and then a top corner shot. I mean, he rifled. That looked like the old days in Pittsburgh when Mario Lemieux was setting up Kevin Stevens. From the draw, the Canucks have the puck. The Rangers go right after him, and Stevens now, he'll get the goal. Look where he goes. Find the open ice. Give your man a target. Now he's going to look. Now he backs up. He's completely forgotten about bingo. Fedek with a classic pass. We'll have a goaltending change now as Corey Hirsch will replace Gar Snow. But you can just see there was Harry York. He just let Stevens go. Yeah. Stevens actually was marked closely by York, and then York just let him go, and there's the play. Beautiful pass by Fedek. No chance for Gar Snow. And the Rangers are moving in the offensive zone. Their legs are going. Vancouver standing still, and they're just being ripped apart here.
Stevens from Fedek and Savard at 4:59. 2 goals in 1 minute 6 seconds. And the former Ranger Corey Hirsch, who played last night in Montreal, has replaced Garth Snow, who is removed at 4:59, having faced 27 shots and being beaten by 6 goals. And you can see how upset Mark Messier is.
Corey Hirsch was exceptional last night.
Oh, yes, he was.
He kept his team in it through the first 2 periods. And then they almost fought back to tie it late. Corey Hirsch, a real stand-up goaltender. He'll move right to the top of the crease. Very seldom leaves his feet.
But the Canucks, we've talked about their travel down through the years. They played Monday night at home, had to travel cross-country, played in Montreal last night, and now down to New York to play the Rangers tonight. And the Rangers, after 2 days rest, they have really played a sharp game. Langdon and Brashear dropped the gloves.
Brashear's had a real rough game. Now he rips the helmet off of Langdon so he doesn't hurt his hand if he throws any scraps or any punches. Langdon's jersey looks like it wants to rip up and go over his head.
Langdon is showing some strength against
He's got to hang on now with that sweater over his head and part of his shoulder pad in the way. He knows he's just hanging on here. Now he pulls the sweater off his own head, Sam. Brashear's played just a brutal game. And here he's trying to do something, I guess, with his team. But he's had a rough one. He's had brutal turnovers in this game. Darren Langdon hanging in there. This is very close, isn't it? The fight. Yeah. It could be Darren Langdon time right now. Brashear strong comes back a little bit. Brashear doesn't lose many. Oh boy, Langdon changed hands and caught him. Both without their helmets. Well, Langdon's going to get stronger here now. Look at Brashear. He might be huffing and puffing here. Langdon wants to go.
Stamina.
Yeah, here we go. It's Langdon time if they let him go. Yeah. Another left by Langdon.
You're talking to Langdon.
Oh, yeah. And Langdon is, I mean, he was dead in the water with the sweater over.
That's a remarkable recovery.
Yeah, I was going to say that. With a sweater over his head, he was dead in the water, but he battled back here. He's a very intelligent fighter, isn't he? I think they're both gone now.
You know, and I know Mark Messier is going to have mixed emotions because Brashear's his teammate, but he really likes Darren Langdon a lot. They were close in their days, in Mark's days in New York.
Two very tough guys. This is over near the Canuck bench. Brashear just picked off Langdon. They just both
Al
realized.
Trautwig with a ringside seat. Very nice. And there's Mark looking on. And
that's when you sit there and go, I'm glad those guys are doing that. They just met up.
5 minutes each for fighting. Time 5:16.
Well, John, you said it many, many times. The Rangers, as a team, like it when Darren Langdon's in the lineup.
They love it when he's in the line. Not just like it. They love Darren Langdon. He's been voted the player's player. Is it the last 2 or the last 3 years for this hockey club? And here's how it started. You know, Donald Brashear is an improved hockey player. I think he's a very improved hockey player. He gets some quality ice time, gets power play ice time, but in this game he's had a rough one. And fuses get short. He and Langdon go at each other. The fans have seen a little bit about just about a little bit of everything here in this one.
We've had 2 fights here in the 3rd period. Bukaboom and May went earlier. Now it's Langdon and Brashear, 5 minutes each for fighting at 5:16. No loss of manpower on the ice. Rangers with a 6-1 lead. First shot to try and play the puck. Rangers have Nedved, Sundstrom, and Knuble with Popovich and Schneider.
Gar Snow's back in right now.
Oh, yeah.
That was maybe just a
move. A quick change.
Yeah, just a move to try to calm their team down a little bit. He's back in.
McCabe works it up the board for Tuzi, Messier, and McGillney for the Canucks. Messier leads the rush. Drop off to Matthias Olin. Across for McGillney. McGillney shoots. Blocked by Popovich. Messier in the corners. Checked by Nedved. Tuzi gets it to McGillney. Falls down. Messier plays it to the side of the net where Richter stops it. Al downstairs between the benches.
Hey guys, I'm talking to Barry Watkins, who used to be the PR director for the Rangers, now does the same job for the Garden. He reminded me that Glenn Hanlon was the one who gave up Wayne Gretzky's very first NHL goal. In later years, the now ex-Ranger was asked about that, and he said, you know what, looking back on it, I created a monster.
They call Glenn Hanlon Carrot. That's his nickname because of that red hair. He was a good goaltender here with the Rangers and a real quality guy, and he's really worked at his craft as being an assistant coach.
The good news for the Rangers is that they lead 6-1. The Islanders have beaten Boston 5-4, so the Rangers can move to within 1 point of Boston, and Philadelphia leads Montreal 5-1. The Rangers would move ahead of Montreal, and the Rangers would be sitting in the number 10 spot, 3 points out of the number 8 spot. So
it's a good
Rangers
night.
with a chance.
Good night at the office.
Pick up some ground. That shot by McLean stopped by Snow. Gets a little bit of a derisive cheer from the crowd. Graves keeps it in. Adam Graves, 2 goals and an assist. He set the tone for the game with his play in the first period. Marcus Naslund, the only goal for Vancouver. Moving on, lead. Slides it in front. They score. Beautiful play. Ed Jovanovski gets the goal.
Well, you called that. Naslund made one unselfish play. Mike Richter wants to talk to the referee. He's now talking to Pat DiPuzzo, the linesman, about something. Brian Leach there talking to him too. And I'm not sure what it's about exactly. Let's just watch Naslund's skill level here as he takes the puck from Dave Gagne and gets a second assist. He's going to take Leach to the inside, the outside, and back across. And it went off both skates of Jovanovski, but I don't think it was kicked in with a distinct kicking motion. More accidental than anything else, and that's why the Rangers were complaining, and I'm sure this goal will count. Yeah, he went to get it with a stick blade. It hit maybe the stick blade and both skate blades, but it wasn't that distinct kicking motion, so it's certainly a goal that should be allowed for the Canucks. And boy, did Marcus Naslund ever show a good move to go around Leach to set up the pass to Jovanovski.
The earlier replay from the MCS Cannon goal cam. MCS Cannon keeping people in business. Ed Jovanovski's first point as a Vancouver Canuck, and this is 7th game since the big trade from Florida. It's now a 6-2 game with 13:15 to go in the 3rd. 4th goal of the season for Ed Jovanovski overall. Lifted ahead by Brent Fedek. Jovanovski from Naslund and Gagne at 6:32. Naslund with a goal and an assist. Steve Staios on the puck. Richter looks around, stops it, fires it around the boards. Played by Kevin Stevens, out for Brent Fedek. Fedek with Savard. Savard around the boards. Garth Snow stops it, drops it off for Jason Strudwick. Clears it down the ice. It'll be an icing. And now gloves are dropped. Strudwick.
Tamer. third scrap in the third period.
Two defensemen going at one another.
Was Tamer a new father? And both of them in tight. They can't get their hands loose. Brashear standing up in the penalty box. And these players are fighting right in front of him. One-sided score. Doesn't take much to make the fuse a little shorter, does it?
A lot of frustration. Strudwick goes 6'3", 220.
Tamer got a short left in there.
Yeah, he slipped in a couple.
One hand loose now.
Loading up.
Tamer just couldn't reach. He got that long arm. Strudwick did with his right arm was extended.
Somebody asked me today, John, what's happened to fighting in the NHL?
It is down, but they're getting it back up tonight.
It's back tonight. Hookeboom vacated the penalty box. Tamer goes in. And we'll take a look at the New Dodge upcoming schedule. Rangers at Boston in a big one Sunday afternoon. That'll be 3 o'clock on Fox. Then the Rangers are off until next Friday when Carolina's in. Then another game at home against Detroit on Fox Sunday, February 14th, Valentine's Day, John. Have to remind you about that. And then the Rangers at Nashville Monday, February 15th. Continental Airlines Rangers game night proceeds all games on MSG.
Don't tell me now about the 14th. Tell me on the 13th.
Oh,
will you?
okay. It might be late. No. It's a Saturday the 13th, Sunday the 14th.
You had fun in Boston on Sunday with Joe Micheletti. I traveled to Pittsburgh to work at the Detroit-Pittsburgh game.
That'll be a good one. Yager.
Oh, baby. Best player in the league right now.
Oh, is he something?
He's unstoppable right now.
Knuble along the boards. Teams are still skating 5 aside. Rangers have a 6-2 lead with 12:10 to go in the third period.
Nedved threw a hit into Olin. Man, did he nail him. Olin went back at him. See that? He went back at him twice. Did he ever hit him? No, a good body check along the boards. And Olin, the second-year defenseman, a real good player, very big, strong defenseman from Sweden. He got crunched.
Richard Trottier is skating over to the penalty area to the official scorers table, and it looks like Peter Nedved may be going off.
Somebody is. Yeah, you're right.
Nedved to the penalty box.
I guess I was wrong. I thought it was a pretty good hit. Here's Nedved moving on Olin, and he just hit him. Ah, it's a good check. And there's a shot, and he's going to take another one back. Oh, I know what the penalty's for. He grabbed the puck and held on to it.
Okay.
He held on to the puck. That was rugby. Rugby to throw it back, you know?
Yeah. Closing his hand on the puck. That's the call.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that the referee at least thought that the check itself and Owen was a good one. He did basket catch the puck and skate a couple of strides with it before he dropped it.
So a power play for the Canucks, who are trying to mount a comeback and get back in this game. There's 12:03 remaining. Penalty at 7:57.
One of the players in the Rangers penalty box now has the shoulder pads carried across to have repairs done to them. Mike Folger runs into the locker room with the shoulder pads, so somebody's in the penalty box without a set of shoulder pads.
Canucks are 1 for 2 on the power play, scored on the last one. And that was late in the second period. Marcus Naslund scored. So here's an important part of the game. Even though the Rangers have the 4-goal lead, I want to stop any chances of a comeback right here. Graves and McLean on for the Rangers. Naslund slides it in front. Leach got a stick on it, deflects it up into the crowd. Gagne points at Leach. McLean points at Gagne, and we'll see where the faceoff is. Don't forget tonight, after Rangers hockey, to the National Finance Sports Desk with Marv Albert. We'll check out the Rangers, the Devils, the Islanders with scores and highlights. Bill Walton will be in the studio to talk basketball with Marv, and Monmouth wins. All on the National Finance Sports Desk with Marv Albert following Rangers hockey.
Islanders won 5-4 in Boston, and the Devils up 1-0 in the second period in St. Louis. Boy, Boston, I don't know. Pat Burns,
they're struggling.
They lost a game last week in Pittsburgh. Pat Burns was the first person out of the locker room to the team bus, and he sat in the front seat. And every player had to walk up and go past him to take their seats in behind Pat Burns. And I guess he growled as the players walk by. But they're not playing well.
They're winless in 7, John. 0-6-1.
Gave up a late one last night to lose to Colorado.
Richter the save through traffic on a big shot by Adrian Aucoin.
Adrian Aucoin can shoot the puck, folks. That was a rocket. Richter was well out, made a nice save as the Canucks won the draw. Aucoin is that defenseman. Watch this. Man, that's just a rocket. And look where Richter is. He was smart. He was way out there to play the shot. Gagne on the draw with Adam Graves. He wins it. I think Richter gets a pretty good view of this. No, not really. Adam Graves was up and it may have been deflected on the way in too. Aucoin with one of the better shots from the blue line in the entire league.
John, what's the benefit of Richter moving out like that?
In case it is deflected, you're right out on top of the play, and there's no way to pass the puck to. If somebody's open for a pass, you've got to stay back so you can adjust to it.
Puck out of the zone. Fedek races to it and comes in. Fedek to the net. Save. Rebound. Score! Brent Fedek with a short-handed goal.
Two goals in 2 games for Brent Fedek. Here's the draw. It's actually controlled by the Canucks. Sundstrom forces, and then Bukaboom jumps in. And there goes Fedek. And he's got great speed, folks. Great speed. He moves in, gets his own rebound. Tried to go through the legs of Gar Snow, who made the initial save. You know, when you lose a draw, you work. You look at Sundstrom work to get out there. He's working his man Naslund. And there's support from Bukaboom and support from Fedek, who's got great legs. Look at him go. Rebound time as he can't hit the hole through the legs and scores on the rebound. The Rangers have supported the puck and their teammates all game long.
The puck is caught up in Bukaboom's jersey. That stops play. Brent Fedek with his second goal in 2 games after he had finally scored his first as a Ranger. The Rangers getting some shorthanded goals all of a sudden, John.
That's their 3rd of the season.
And 8:33.
Again, look at him take off, and he tried to, there's a hole between the legs, and Snow's backing up, but he closed his legs up, and then on the way down, you can see Fedek just smack at the puck. Got the rebound shot inside the goal post, and that's 7. The Rangers having a great night on home ice, and the fans love it here. They've seen a little bit of everything. A Gretzky show, a Graves show, a shorthanded goal, some scraps, a power play goal.
2-point game for Brent Fedek, a goal and an assist. Samuelson gets to it. That's an icing on the Canucks. Messier did not gain the red line when he sent it in. Fedek, his second from Bukaboom at 8:33, a shorthanded goal. The Rangers' 3rd shorthanded goal of the season.
DeMarc before the game was saying that he was very impressed by the coaching staff, now run by Mark Crawford. Very organized, going to make the players accountable. But here in this game, their team took some bad penalties. They very their discipline regarding their turnovers wasn't very good, was it?
No, not at all.
And at the same time, credit to Rangers. This is the best they've played regarding forcing the play all over the ice. They're forcing things to happen, not standing back and waiting for it to happen, which in turn makes the other team come at you. They're going at people, going to people.
I think we said it a couple of times earlier, John, but it's worth repeating. Mentally sharp throughout the game.
But they're not waiting and sitting on their heels. They're on their toes and they're jumping at people and forcing the other team's players into making the errors. Started on the first goal when John McLean intercepted the Bertuzzi pass. And then the puck went to Gretzky and over to Graves, and the Rangers were on their way.
Canucks on the power play. Leach with a little tug on Brad May, forced the turnover. Puck out of the zone. 10 seconds to go on the Nedved penalty. So the Rangers get the penalty kill. Platt bumped into his own man. Plus they score a shorthanded goal. Fedek slides it down. Nedved's out of the penalty box. 7-2. Rangers lead it, just under 10 minutes to go in the 3rd. Harry York lifts it over the top, off the ledge. Buckhold plays it behind the net, centered out for Naslund. Gretzky checks him. Pass back. Naslund is in. He holds. He scores. What a brilliant goal by Marcus Naslund.
You know, his play was so bad for a while that he was thinking of hiring a psychologist during the offseason to talk to him, get him into the frame of mind. He said, nah, the heck with that. I was a good player before. I'm just going to go play my game. So he didn't hire a shrink. He just went and did it on his own. And what a season he's having. And watch the patience he shows here. He gets around Gretzky. with a nice little move right there. Takes the puck back and watch him go. Look at the patience. For a goaltender, when you're down like that, you're going, oh, I'm dead now. I'm absolutely dead. Little give and go, and Richter goes down. He's going, I'm dead now. And just a great shot to the top corner by Naslund. 7-3, and that time you don't even see an arm pump. He knows his team's in trouble here. And he got the third. They still trail by 4. He is a good hockey player.
2 goals in the game for Marcus Naslund, gives him 26 on the season.
Number 17, Bill Muckall to number 27.
Muckall gets another assist. Harry York also gets an assist. Give away to John McLean. He fires it out of the zone. Gretzky finds it. Now Graves. Graves to McLean, who races in with Gretzky. McLean and a save. Snow got a piece of it. Gretzky trying to throw it in front. It was blocked. Naslin's 26th from Muckalt and York at 10-19. Naslund again shoots it wide. Naslund 2 goals and an assist in the game. Here's John McLean leading Mark Savard. Kevin Stevens to the net. Deflection save by Snow. What a beautiful play from Savard to Stevens. And Snow had to come up big. Richter pokes the puck into the corner to Bukaboom. Taken away by McGillney. He sets up Bertuzzi, who scores! And it's 7-4. And the goals are coming in a hurry.
And it's still 8:25 on the clock. The other night, Chicago was in Calgary down 6-2, was it? Ended up 6-6. And there's the 2 teams that don't score, so you just never know. 7-4, 8:25 to go. Kevin Stevens was robbed here. Actually, McLean was, first of all. And this is the second one. Savard in the air to Stevens out of midair, and there's Gar Snow with a kick save, keeping the puck away from the net. The Canucks come back the other way, and Bertuzzi will end up with a goal. Rangers not in trouble here. Now they're forced, and Bukaboom turns it over. Watch this shot. That's just a great shot. McGillney here forced the play that set up the shot off the pass from Todd Bertuzzi, and all of a sudden it's 7-4.
Bertuzzi from McGillney at 11:35.
11:35.
And a whistle stops play on an offside. 8:11 to go in the third. The Rangers holding a 7-4 lead. Time for our Marriott Marquee matchups, brought to you by the New York Marriott Marquis. Broadway's biggest hit. Mark Messier, no points in the game. Wayne Gretzky with a goal and 2 assists, is helping give the Rangers the 7-4 lead, which was 7-2.
How many blocks are we over from the Hudson River?
1, 2, 3, 4.
This is the Madison Square River right now that we're seeing. We're seeing some river hockey, baby. They're flying around the ice and trying to get goals. Both teams right now.
Tough to be a goaltender when it's like this, huh?
We don't see this often. 11 goals scored, 7 in favor of the Rangers.
Wayne Gretzky with 1. They tied him with Gordie Howe for most professional goals, regular season and playoffs. 1,071.
It was written in a Vancouver paper. I think I was searching. No, Dick Chuby wrote it, I think, from the Edmonton paper about this game tonight. Mark Crawford coaching Vancouver, Wayne Gretzky playing. And it was brought up that Wayne Gretzky was not picked for the shootout in Nagano. So they still remember that in Canada.
And Mark Messier wasn't picked for the team. So.
Which was absolutely ridiculous in my mind.
Samuelson got tripped up by Brashear, but it was not seen by Richard Trottier. Leach passed a little behind Sundstrom. 7:40 to go in the third. Rangers lead 7-4. Puck coming all the way down. Richter goes out. Plays it around the boards for Leach. Missed it. Set up in front for Messier. The shot blocked. Here's Brashear. Past Dave Scatchard. Messier, Scatchard, and Brashear for Vancouver. Philadelphia has beaten Montreal 5-2. Rangers need to hold on for a win to move past Montreal and within 1 point of Boston for 9th in the East, and within 3 points of Florida. Florida is 8th in the East. Rangers will be in Boston. Good hit on Muckald by Popovich. Rangers will be in Boston Sunday afternoon. Gagne played it across. Muckald missed it.
So that puts Philadelphia 1 point behind Dallas for #1 overall. The Flyers have been flying.
One loss in 23 games.
Ooh, Gretzky got nailed there by Muckald. He got nailed.
Graves challenges Muckald.
Yeah, this is one that gets the spirit going a little bit. He threw a hit into Gretzky. The arm was up from Richard Trottier. Now, I don't know who was going to get the penalty. Popovich is now going at it with somebody. Muckald and Gretzky having some words right now. I think Gretzky's saying that he was a number of feet from the boards at the time of the hit. So Muckald gets the minor penalty for hitting Gretzky. Gretzky's hurting. He's going off, Sam. He's got that sore
right
rib
to
cage.
the locker room.
He's done, I think, 6:32 to go in the third period. He's gone. 2 minutes for boarding is the call. And Gretzky, I think, in reading his lips, was saying that he was a distance away from the boards on the body check. Let's take a look at it. Here's Muckald coming in, shoving Gretzky backwards into the boards. I don't know where the puck was. Graves went right over to Muckald. And Muckald gets two. He may have an adventurous time when he comes out of the penalty box. Ooh, yeah, he really threw him back. He was about 3 feet away from the boards. You see Trottier's arm up right away. It wasn't an overly dirty check or bad check, but it's certainly one with Gretzky. I don't think it was expecting it. And when you're 3 feet away from the boards, you don't have that cushion behind you immediately. That cushion is a distance away, and the dasher is sticking out. His back went right in there. There's the body check. Not often does Wayne look down for the puck and leave himself open like that. So Graves went right over. I'm sorry, Sam. Went right over to Muckald. Muckald sits for two, and when he comes out of the box, it may be interesting here. The Rangers may have a little something to say to him, the youngster.
Muckald is called for boarding at 13:48. Rangers' fifth power play. They're 1 for 4. 6:20 to go in the third. Savard on in place of Gretzky with Graves and McLean, Schneider and Leach. Back the other way, Dave Scatcher with Trent Klatt. Pass goes all the way through. Oland and McCabe on defense for the Canucks. Taken away by Scatcher. Try to beat Klatt, but Schneider stayed with him. Leach moves it. Now Savard. Savard across to McLean. Back to Leach. He shoots and it's blocked by Trent Klatt and goes all the way back. 5:45 to go. Leach's pass taken away by Messier, and he shoots high off the glass. Ooh, big chance there.
I think Richter may have gotten a little piece of that.
Savard plays it in. Sundstrom goes to the puck. Sundstrom back to Popovich. Sets up Samuelson. The Rangers think defense now with Popovich and Samuelson getting power play time. That shot by Popovich, a good one. Here's McGillney the other way. Popovich stops him. Rangers changing. They had too many men on the ice.
Yeah, Nedved jumped on way early, and then the puck was there and he handled it. So with 39 seconds to go on the Muckald penalty, the Rangers get too many men. This is well called. They deserve this. Nedved jumped on the ice way early. Here's the Messier shot. Does it hit Richter's arm? May have gone off by his elbow. Certainly Richter was out on top of Messier for the shot. Here's Brian Leach on the power play. Messier read it. And then that's hard to tell. You don't think so?
I thought he missed.
Okay, he missed. He certainly did a good job in reading the play of Brian Leach. And Richter, even if he doesn't get credit for the save, see where he is? If Mark's to hit that top corner, it'd have to be an absolutely perfect shot when Richter's out as far as he was. Now, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Rangers. They're all over the place. You know, way too many on the ice, and the linesman or referee, whoever made the call, had to make it.
Too many men on the ice at 14:49, and
it's gotten sloppy, hasn't it? The Rangers had an enjoyable, well-deserved lead, 6-1 at one time. It's now 7-3, and you're seeing sloppy play.
Now it's 7-4.
Or 7-4, pardon me. Yeah, you're seeing sloppy play.
So now the team skate 4 aside in 39 seconds. When Bill Muckald returns, the Canucks will go on the power play. 5:10 to go in the third. Rangers with a 7-4 lead. 2 goals in the first period, 2 in the second, and 3 here in the third. Jovanovski with O'Coin, Naslund, and Gagne. Rangers have Schneider, Popovich, Fedek, and Sundstrom. Around the boards, Popovich is there. Reverses to Schneider. Pressured by Gagne. Schneider able to move it up for Sundstrom. O'Coin checking him. Sundstrom slides it out. Muckalt is on. Power play for Vancouver. They're fourth. They're 1 for 3. On the last one, Brent Fedek scored a shorthanded goal. Gagne, Muckalt, Naslund, O'Coin, and Olin. Here's Olin. Checked by Leach. Leach and Samuelson, Nedved and Graves for the Rangers. Graves takes it away. Good play by Adam Graves. And here he comes. Nedved to his right. Drops it off to Nedved. Down the boards. Graves battling and puts it behind the net. Another strong effort by Adam Graves, who's had a superb game tonight. Samuelson trying to get it back to Leach. Leach goes to get it, plays it up off the glass. Olin keeps it in. Messier's got the puck. Messier looking. Pass blocked by Nedved. Leach tied up with Bertuzzi. Works it past McGillney. Olin plays it in front. The shot saved. Big save by Richter to rob Messier. Bertuzzi, now McGillney. And that shot saved by Richter on O'Coin. Two great shots, and Richter with huge saves. And the power play is over. Teams are at full strength, 3:10 to go. Mike Richter made two big saves.
And now there's a penalty against Vancouver, and I think for too many men on the ice. No, slashing.
Mike Richter had to make two outstanding saves.
Yeah, this was on the Vancouver power play. One on Messier right here. Kick save with his right leg and just barely got it with the outside of the goal pad. And then O'Coin moved in. This is another look at the Messier shot. O'Coin a little later made another great play. And Richter sharp on both, even though he's given up 4 goals. Here's that O'Coin play. Ooh, baby, just outside the right post.
Rangers on the power play now. Todd Bertuzzi called for slashing at 16:52. Rangers 1 for 5 on the power play in the game. Schneider, Leach, Savard, Sundstrom, and Knubel. Sundstrom. And there's a penalty upcoming on the Canucks. Schneider shot it wide, and the whistle stops play. Rangers will have a 2-man advantage. A high sticking call on Vancouver.
Well, the first one was to Bertuzzi for slashing.
Scatchard.
This time Scatchard goes. This got to be 3 minus for him.
That's exactly right, John.
This will put his team down 2 men with 2:35 to go in the third.
Number 20, David Scatchard, 2 minutes for high sticking.
And here's Scatchard working on another slap across the face. That one's on Sundstrom. It's the second time he's gotten a player across the face with the stick.
The 11th time the Rangers have had a 2-man advantage this season. They've scored 3 times. Scatchard high sticking at 17:25. There's 1:27 remaining on the Bertuzzi penalty. Now Nedved comes on with Leach as the Rangers look for a goal here. Savard, Graves, and McLean up front. McLean. Graves behind the net. Savard to Nedved. Naslund, Oland, and O'Coin for Vancouver. Here's Nedved. Savard shoots, didn't get it. Oland moves it. Tip, knocked down. Good play by Nedved. Savard across the Graves. He shoots, saved by Snow. Rebound knocked down by Leach. Toward the net. Tip, save on a deflection by Adam Graves, who's looking for a hat trick. And Snow with a good save.
Well, Graves gets 2 shots on the power play here. He had 3 shots in the first, none in the second, and at least 2 on this last flurry. The second one, a good deflection. You can see Graves going towards the net here. There's the wrist shot that Gar Snow stopped rather easily. And then Brian Leach did a nice job keeping the play in the zone. And there's the pass down low and the deflection right into the logo on the jersey of Gar Snow. Leach with a nice play. Kept it in and then fed Adam Graves.
Nedved to Savard. Second time he shanked it. Around the boards. Leach has it. 45 seconds left in the 2-man advantage. Nedved. Savard to McLean. He scores! John McLean
first two by Savard were just fake setups. So on the third one, the goalie's moving over, and Savard fooled everybody by moving the puck back across to McLean. And John McLean, the right-handed shot on that side of the ice, faced the passer. You'll see there, just bang. I mean, Gar Snow has to spread out from A to Z just to be alive in this game. The Rangers have moved the puck around nice. Well, I'll tell you what, Nedved, it was a misdirection pass. He looked to his left, passed it to his right, and then Savard with a touch pass to McLean with a touch shot. Right in behind Gar Snow, and the Rangers get their 8th goal.
And they're still on the power play. It's a 5-on-4 advantage. Graves for Savard. Rangers lead 8-4. McLean's second goal of the game. Savard out to Leach. It hops over his stick. Race for the puck. Leach dives to break it up. Savard across. Graves moving. Shooting. Wide. Just missed the net. He was checked from behind by Messier. Taken away and cleared out of the zone by Jovanovski. Nedved's got the puck. Messier on the pressure. Turnover. Here's Messier looking, shooting, saved by Richter. Graves has the puck. Trying to get away from McGillney. Clears out to McLean. McLean across to Savard. Less than a minute to go in the game. Rangers lead 8-4. Trent Platt with Steve Stais. Shot behind the net. 15 seconds left in the power play. Graves has the puck. Try to get it through to McLean. McLean's second of the game. His 19th of the season from Savard and Nedved at 18-12. Power play is over. Now Hotra is on, being held up and roughed up by Murray Barron. Stevens checked by Stais. Stais got him earlier. Stevens keeping it alive. Scatcherd stopped by Schneider. 15 seconds to go in the game. And the crowd rises to its feet to cheer the Rangers in one of their top performances of the season. Got a little sloppy in the third, but they set the tone early, and they have won it 8-4.
I guess the only concern would be for Wayne Gretzky after he was knocked into the boards and appeared to bang his back up a little bit.
Adam Graves set the tone with his play early in the game.
He was something.
Mark Messier leaves disappointed. Mike Richter has a win, and the Rangers have a very important win.
Well, the Rangers had a great team first period. That, as you mentioned, Sam, by Adam Graves and the Gretzky-McLean combination. They forced turnovers. They were skating well. They were sharp. They built up a 6-1 lead. And then once that happened, the game got sloppy in their own zone, which sometimes just happens. Now for the Rangers, we'll see if they can build on this thing as they move into Boston for a very important game on Sunday. They certainly will have a lot of rest. It's been an easy week schedule-wise, as it will be next week for them.
Greg McTavish congratulating Adam Graves. Everyone congratulating Adam Graves. John McLean, 2 goals and an assist.
Might be the whole line for Stars.
I think you're right.
From the Rangers, number 99.
Wayne Gretzky, who's in the locker room, cannot come out. He too, a goal and 2 assists. And Adam Graves, 2 goals and an assist. Huge ovation. That line puts up 9 points. The Rangers win 8-4. Adam Graves, the #1 star.
In the end, for us, it was just too tough a decision to make. Who was the best? So we didn't. We called the entire line of Adam Graves, Wayne Gretzky, and John McLean the players of the game. It's brought to you by the New York Marriott Marquis, which is Broadway's biggest hit. 2 goals and an assist, 1 goal and 2 assists, 2 goals and 1 assist across the board. What a night. And for Wayne Gretzky, this one was a sweet one as he ties Gordie Howe for the all-time record of goals scored in combined professional hockey play, NHL, WHA, and now he is 7 short of 900 in his NHL career. Bill Muckalt delivered this hit, went to the penalty box. Adam Graves came over and said, "Man, what are you doing? This game is over." And that's Wayne Gretzky you just knocked down. Muckalt went to the penalty box. Wayne Gretzky went to the locker room. We hope to get an injury update on him. he was unable to hear the cheers of the fans as he was accorded the honor of being one of the 3 stars of the game, as was John McClain with us now. Did you see Wayne in the locker room at all?
No, I didn't actually even see him. I think he was just in the trainer's room.
All right, so we'll get an update another way.
Yeah.
Hey, John, where did this game come from? I mean, when you look back to what happened here 2 nights ago, this was unbelievable.
Yeah, it's one of those games there 2 nights ago. It was just coming off the road. We just had no life. And then we worked hard in practice in the last 2 days, and we came out really strong tonight. We caught this team a little bit tired, and we took advantage of it early and, took them right out of the game and got a big win for ourselves.
What's the key for the forecheck to be as successful as it was tonight? Is it just energy?
Yeah, I think it's energy and just everybody working together. I think everybody works hard, but you got to work as a unit out there. And I think tonight we worked as a unit, each guy backing each other up. The defensemen were up close, cutting off the play, and we were really forcing them in the neutral zone. And we caused a lot of turnovers, and we had a couple goals off it.
How about comments about Adam Graves and his performance? I mean, it was so obvious how great he was tonight, but then you consider that maybe that rubs off on the entire team, and maybe he helps create this game the way it turned out.
Yeah, he does. I mean, Gravey's he's a leader. He's a quiet leader, and he came out tonight, and you just see he's focused and he's playing hard. And for me, I have that much more appreciation for playing with him. As playing against him, you always knew he was a good player, but when you play with him, you know how special he is and how good a team guy he is, and really a great character. And he came out tonight, and he was one of the leaders. And Leachy stepped up, and Gretz and. Ricky. So it was nice to see that everybody, all the leaders stepped up here tonight and came out and played. And we want to get that spot in the playoffs, and we want to solidify something here before the year's out.
For as much of a struggle as it's been, even up 7-1 or something like that, you'd hate to think the team let down. But did that happen, or was it just a focus that the game just became weird there for a while?
Yeah, I think it was just a matter of become weird. I don't think we let down. It was just a couple, little mistakes here and there, and they just seemed to capitalize on the mistakes. But we had the game well in hand, which was fortunate because we worked hard for it the first 2 periods, and we were able to put it away and get the 2 points, which we really needed.
Hey, John, it was fun and wild to watch. Thanks for your time, man.
Thanks a lot.
All right, that's John McClain, Adam Graves, Wayne Gretzky as well. Big night here at the Garden as the Rangers beat the Vancouver Canucks by a final of 8-4. No Messier magic in this one. Marv Alberts at the National Finance Sports Desk. Devils and Isles in action. Bill Walton will join him. Big Red there, and Monmouth wins. That's significant as we continue postgame on MSG. We'll have more as the Rangers win this one at the Garden in dominating fashion. We've come to the time of the night when we summarize. This is the Discover Card game summary of an 8-4 Ranger win. Adam Graves did everything tonight. Killed penalties gloriously, got a standing ovation, scored twice, and an assist. Leads the NHL with 12 power play goals. Gretzky had a goal that ties him with Gordie Howe for the most combined WHA NHL regular season and playoff goals, 1,071. John McClain joining us moments ago talking about his performance. 2 goals. He's now got 19 with an assist. Brian Leetch tonight. Really strong. Scores for the first time in 23 games. Brett Fedek is like Gretzky. 2 goals now, and the Rangers end their 4-game home losing streak. More after this. 12 goals. Tom Meberg, our goal of the game selector, would have an absolute nightmare, but Wayne Gretzky saved the day. And the goal of the game is brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NHL.
Over to the other point, the ceiling, into hat.
To Sundstrom and back. 5 seconds in the power play. Nedved to Gretzky for a Leach who was tipped. Pass to Gretzky, scores!
And Wife Janet was there to applaud yet another milestone for number 99. We're still trying to get an update on his condition. Come back. Rangers beat the Vancouver Canucks, who looked like they had a tough time handling being dominated tonight. Things got a little feisty in the 3rd period. And it's time now for the American Express check of the game. It was Brian Leetch getting one, but not this time. Not in the American Express check of the game from tonight. It was Brian Leetch delivering that one to Scatcherd along the boards. And that's what our voting panel decided was the American Express check of the game. Well, it's impossible to figure out how the Rangers team we saw Tuesday night turned into this one, but they did. and it was great to watch. Here's the coach's view, John Muckler.
No, I didn't know. You're not going to sit Wayne Gretzky up in the third period. He wants to play. I mean, he was really alert. He wanted to play all the time on the bench. He was focused. He wanted to go out. Played exceptionally well, too.
There was no concern that what happened to him might happen to him?
Pardon?
There was no concern on anybody's part that he might be risking something else by being out there again?
No, well, there's always concern, but I mean, you know, this is a game of hockey, and people do get hurt, and Wayne wanted to play, so accidents happen.
One of the things you talked about the other day was not working hard enough. When you see what Adam does in the first period of that game, does that kind of lift the whole team up?
Well, I think our team was ready to play before that happened, but that had to be one of the greatest displays I've seen in the National Hockey League. Graves' first period was phenomenal. I mean, he did everything. He scored, he checked, he killed penalties well. I mean, that was just a great period for him. And it was very emotional to watch him play. There's no question about that. But I think our team as a whole was they were all emotional right from the start today.
Well, that was a torturous episode. In hindsight, is 2020. Wayne Gretzky gets hurt in the third period, so then you second guess the coach for playing him. Unbelievable. Rangers 8, Vancouver 4. Closed captioning is provided by, not by Mark Messier, by the New York Marriott Marquis, which is Broadway's biggest hit. And ka-ching, ka-ching tonight to the tune of $1,000 as the Rangers and IBM are teaming up with the Christopher Reeve Foundation for spinal cord research as they add $500 for every New York Rangers power play goal. Rangers will play this weekend on Fox, and then we will see them again here on MSG next Friday. That's the 12th of February. They'll be taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. Game night, of course, begins our coverage at 7. Marv Albert's got the details on everything that happened in the world of sports, plus maybe, if we can get the news, an update on Wayne Gretzky, which we haven't had up until this point. Then at midnight from Hollywood, all the stuff from Fox Sports News. That is tonight on MSG. Questions, thoughts, comments, or you just have this curiosity about the Garden? Go to thegarden.com on the World Wide Web. Joe Whalen produced it. Bob Lewis directed it. Replays from Tom Meberg. Graphics from Paula McHale. And the Grand High Exalted Mystic Ruler of New York Sports Television is Mike McCarthy. Good night.